the checks and still have to retain that knowledge from when he played within this system. You know what I mean? For him to be able to have the checks, change the plays, get him in the right protections, and also, the San Francisco 49ers lack of a pass rush. To me, it's one of the most impressive things I've seen because you can see that he's retaining water, and the fact that it looks like he hadn't really ran a mile or did anything athletic in a long, long time. To step off the couch and be able to do that is unbelievable to me. And maybe it gives hope that maybe somebody else gets called off the couch if somebody else gets into in trouble. I was watching I was watching Get Up. And, we were talking about on the other side how many injuries to the offensive line that the Patriots had. And you think about guys like Mark Andrews or whatever, guys just coming off the bench. Like, who could be the next Phillip Rivers to come off and maybe be able to do something? It's miraculous. I mean, I'm astounded, how well he played and the command of the system that he had.
I was as well. And it's just amazing to me because on one hand, you want to be impressed by it. And again, like what he's doing, it's just I never thought it was possible. I do a Sunday show with your guy Mike Tannenbaum, and when the news broke and we talked about it on our show, he didn't think Phillip Rivers was going to be able to make it through his first game. He's like, the first time he gets hit, what's that going to be like? Is he going to be able to protect himself? And he hasn't been hit a ton, but he's been able to get back up. And again, it's so impressive. But on the other hand, what does it say about the quarterback position in general in today's NFL that a guy who hasn't played in 5 years
Correct.
could just show up and learn enough of an offense to be able to get through 2 games against 2 really good defenses?
I mean, it lets you know just how silly some of these football players are. I say it all the time when I asked Frank Gore, I said, hey, man, how are you still playing this late in your career? He was like, these guys don't study. Like, these guys aren't that smart. And, these guys are bigger, I won't say bigger either because they're not bigger. I mean, Jonathan Ogden to Willie Rose to Larry Allens of the world. We want to think that they're more athletic. I think they think they're more athletic, but I don't think they're more athletic. I think I'll put Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, Devin Hester. I'll put those guys up as far as athleticism. Dante Hall. I'll put those guys up there as far as athleticism. But the thing that we had, and it's not Bart Scott, get off my lawn or anything. We had football acumen. It literally was checkers, because guys were playing at such high levels. You see how easy Phillip Rivers smoked them out of their looks, and how they had these looks, and he knew that they weren't coming. He knew who was coming. He knew what they were rolling to, and he's only been here for 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't paid attention to the San Francisco 49ers, and how long? He hasn't watched film on. This is the first week he looked at them. And for him to be able to decipher what they're doing, who the tail is, where the rotation is, what the front is, who's blitzing, who's not blitzing, like this is all stuff that we learned because we had to play at a master level. Now, we can say that, Patrick Mahomes is maybe of that ilk, right? We can maybe say, I don't know, like if you took Josh Allen and you threw him back there with the great quarterbacks, I don't know where he would fit, right? Would he be similar to Randall Cunningham? But we wouldn't think he was Steve Young. We wouldn't think he was Joe Montana. We wouldn't think that he was Peyton Manning. We wouldn't think that he was Andrew Luck, right? It's not as sophisticated, right? That I think the game has been dumbed down, and that's why Josh McDaniels can take a guy like Drake May and run the same damn plays that I watched him run with Tom Brady. And this thing looks like a new movie to these guys. When I'm calling out the plays just by looking at them, like, man, this is easy work right here.
It's unreal.
Yeah, it's like, bro, why are you getting beat by a Speedo by Diggs? If they run a Speedo, which is a big crossing route 20 yards down the field.
Not to be confused with a bathing suit, you're saying.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Me and you are the same. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's you on vacation in Europe. But, when you talk about the Speedo, right, the big Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce play that was, created and perfected by the greatest show on turf. Of course, you're not gonna grab it from Booty side. It ain't from Mac Hollins. It's for Stephon Diggs, right? So if I'm the safety, I'm jumping down and jumping the Speedo from that side, from the opposite side, because he's running right into coverage. But you're supposed to know that, right? They running the same stuff, like. It's just elementary, man, and that's why a guy like Phillip Rivers can play. That's why Tom Brady said, man, give me a month, I can come back. And he's serious, dead serious, because the guys here play the game from the shoulders down. The guys I played against and the defense I was part of, we played the game from the shoulders up. That's why the game was more exciting to watch. You see guys like Jahmyr Gibbs, and you have guys like that are just great athletes, but you don't see the chess matches. You don't see the check, and then Ray Lewis check to a check, then Peyton Manning check to a check, and then we fake check to a check. You see what I'm saying? It's not played that sophisticated. You're getting dumbed down. You're getting reality TV. You're not getting some beautifully written sitcom.
Bart Scott, Jake Asman in for Chris Carlin with you. Bart and Carlin here on 880 ESPN New York, the ESPN New York app. And we're live for the final days of the station for the year, I was told, on the ESPN New York YouTube
Final
channel.
days of the station.
That's right. The station will continue, right? But there'll be no more YouTube, Bart, so people can't see you anymore. That's it.
That was short-lived. That means I can start doing the show in my Speedo.
You know what? If you would prefer to do that, absolutely. I mean, no one will know. You would just, you get away with it.
I mean, I got a jock strap underneath this, down here, but it's all good, because I don't know. They might call the dude back, say, I need somebody that can play in between the tackles. Now, I ain't going to chase too many people down on the outside, but you know what I'm saying? We want to run in between these guards and tackle, you know what I'm saying? I got that hot sauce for that ass.
You could not be worse than what I have seen at linebacker for our Jets this year. And I bring that up because when people found out I was doing a show with you, and everyone knows I'm a crazy Jet fan, do a Jet daily YouTube show for 4 hours a day, Bart, so you can imagine my pain.
God bless your heart. You're still on YouTube, though.
That's right. I am. And one of the things people are like, you got to ask Bart, would he have any interest in actually being a DC? And I don't want to answer for you, but my answer was I doubt he would, because it's not like you played for Aaron Glenn. It's not like it's Rex Ryan as the head coach calling for you to be part of the coaching staff. Would you actually have any interest in being the Jets defensive coordinator?
Give me 3 months.
So Brady needs a month to play. You would need 3 months to familiarize yourself with the modern defensive schemes, you're saying?
No. We don't need modern schemes to kick this stuff. Man, this stuff is elementary, bro.
So old school, we're bringing back what you did in Baltimore and with the Jets?
Yeah, man, this is the dumbest football. This is the dumbest football era in sports. Like, whatever they doing, I got something for. I mean, come on, man. Half of the runs are from shotgun. From shotgun, you only got like 5 runs. And most of them are from opposite. What they got one, put the running back to the left, he running to the right. Put the quarterback to the left, okay, you got a counter to the left. That's 2 plays. And you got to draw straight up the middle. Man, barbecue chicken, that stuff, bro. Like, bro, all you do is slant your defensive line.
You wouldn't want to coach, though, right? I mean, the hours it would take. I mean, you might have to take a pay cut, too. I don't know. You got a lot going on here with ESPN.
Yeah, that's the only thing. I would take a pay cut. Now, if they make the pay cut not the cut, then we can talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, but, I mean, even as a linebacker coach, like, these linebackers are so stupid. One, they play too close to the line of scrimmage. I mean, I watched the Jets play, and I'm watching, the Jets get into an odd front, which was something that Chris Harris did. For an odd front is when you put a nose guard on top of, right head up on top of the center, instead of putting them to the left side or the right side. And then you take your two tackles, and you put them outside shade, head up to slightly outside of the guards. And then you have 2 guys on the outside. So basically it's an odd front because you're in odd numbers. Because remember, we count, 0 is head up. So that's 0, so we count that as odd because that's not 2 or 1, right? So then you go to the other side, then you got the 3 and the 5, right? So that's 5. So that's why it's called an odd front for everybody out there that that don't understand what I'm saying. And then they had, either Quincy or they had Sherwood there, and they tried to blitz off of it and do certain things. But the linebackers were tipping the blitz because they're getting too jumpy. They're jumping up, or they're just lining up right on the side, right behind the D tackle, and they act like they're going right, and then they're coming left. But it's better if you do that, and it times up better, and you allow the defensive tackle to get their work done if you line up at 4.5 instead of line up at 5. Listen, if you run a 40 in 4.5, that's 40 yards in 4.5 seconds. I think if you line up at 4.5, you can get to the quarterback that's maybe your 4 yards. He maybe drop at 5 to 7. That's 12 yards. You can still get there within a second, but it's about timing up things. And these guys were just too antsy, and they just showed it, and they tipped the quarterback. And that's why Shuck was able to make some big plays because they tipped it. It's the nuance, right, of what we do. We all do it, but it's about having coordinated movements, having timing, understanding what quarterbacks and offenses are taught to do. When they're taught to do certain things, you use their knowledge and their witness if they're smart. Because if they're dumb, it don't matter. You can do something, they can't even interpret what you're doing. So you don't do that. But if they're smart and they're taught something, you use their knowledge against them. So, I mean, absolutely I could go out and I could teach that, but you got to pay for me to give you – no, I'm serious. You have to pay to get my knowledge, right? Just like I explained it to you, I would explain that to a team.
Well,
you understand what I'm saying?
Here's the thing. If you actually were interested, I mean – how would that process go, Bart? I mean, would they need to come to you, or would you want to publicly say, hey, I'm available if the Jets want to come talk to me about that position?
I don't know. How would that work? I don't know. Like, I'm waiting for my kids to be done, but I do plan on coaching in the future when my kids are settled in college and gone. You know, I got one in college, and I got one that's going to college next year, and then I have a 12-year-old that'll be a 13-year-old. So about that time, we'll see.
All right. Well, yeah, it wasn't a no, and maybe in the future it could be a possibility.
Unless they make an offer I can't refuse.
All right. The finish up of the Phillip Rivers conversation, because now you got me thinking. And again, we're opening with the Monday night game last night, which helped the Jets because the Colts, by winning 48-27, that Colts pick looking even better for the Jets. Phillip Rivers doing what he did. If you had to go out there and play right now, similar to what he did, how much time would you need to actually be able to get through a game? Maybe not play at an elite level. It's been a while for you, but actually get through a game. What would it take? Could you actually still do it at this stage of your life?
It would take me a month because right now I'm running and doing other stuff. I'm not actually doing explosive type of movements. I'm doing predictable movements. You know what I mean? I'm boxing, doing bar class, stuff like that. Listen, if I had to play – in between the tackles, if I'm the Mike linebacker, I've always played the toughest position. You know what I'm saying? I've always played the toughest position, which is the Mike. I've always played the toughest position. So that's the will, which is a more athletic position. If I had to play another position, the Mike, that's easy peasy. That's from tackle to tackle, 3 receiver hook. You don't have to carry anybody. You know what I'm saying? And so that'd be a little easier thing.
It's pretty amazing that it would. You actually think you could do it? I think you could too. Why not? I mean, the way you described the defense today and just how simplistic it is, I think your brain alone would help you and be able to get through at least a game or two. Now,
well, you're just an air traffic controller. You know what I mean? That's simply all you are. You're just an air traffic controller, and you're telling people what to do from like the level. The Mike linebacker really not going nowhere. Like so. The Mike linebackers, so everybody knows, whether it's the Ray Lewises of the world, the Brian Urlachers, they're just dropping in between the hash. They're not really carrying anybody. They're not responsible for carrying the running back. If the running back goes on a route, Jahmyr Gibbs, they don't got the middle linebacker don't got him. That's either the Will or the Sam linebacker. The Mike linebacker is insulated. The Mike linebacker just need to run sideline to sideline, pretty much from not even sideline to sideline. He really don't have to make a tackle outside the numbers. He's doing it that way. So like when people worry about stuff like that. Really, the people that was really doing it was Lance Briggs was doing all the dirty work, right? Those guys, like it wasn't Zach Thomas. Zach Thomas just in the middle, playing in between the hashes, no responsibility, drop deep. You're the extra defender in the zone.
He's Bart Scott. My name is Jake Asman, filled in for Chris Carlin. It's Bart Carlin here on ESPN New York, 800-919-3776. Bart Scott as Jets DC. What say you, Jet fans? Let us know. Now, speaking of the Jets, Bart, I'm listening to Aaron Glenn yesterday, and he was asked a very good question about what his message would be to Jet fans. So I'm going to play it for you, and then we will react because I'm sitting here as a Jet fan, and I just quite simply cannot buy what Aaron Glenn is trying to sell to us.
To me, I will continue to say, just don't let go of the rope. Because there is a plan, there is a vision. From day one, we've been trying to set the foundation of what we want this team to be. And a lot of that is from in-house perspective for the most part. You still have a number of things that you have to go through as far as, making sure that everybody understands exactly what you're trying to accomplish what type of team do you want to be. And our guys know that. They do. But listen, we have to continue to work on that. Between me and Moose, we got to continue to, players that we want. That whole deal is something that we continue to look at. And for the fans, listen, it's going to be a tough road, and we knew that. But, man, the thing is, we know exactly what we're doing, and we do have a plan. And just don't let go of the rope. I would say that.
Yeah, that's the sound of the rope around my neck, Bart, when I hear stuff like that. Because let me lay it out to you how I think as a fan when I hear Aaron Glenn preach for patience and tell us he has a plan. he's already changed his plan several times from what he has said on the record of what the season was going to be. He said we're here to win now and going forward. He said we'd see guys get better. We'd see player development. We've seen none of that. I could point to just Jawan Briggs, who wasn't even with the Jets for training camp, as a player who truly improved, especially on defense. He also says they're building the foundation. What foundation are you building when you're going to finish 3-14 and this roster is going to have 50% turnover coming to it in the offseason? He's talking about laying a foundation. You already fired your defensive coordinator. There's going to be a brand-new defense, brand-new scheme. There's going to be new assistants that are going to be brought in for whoever that DC is. So as a fan, Bart, I hear that and I go, I don't really buy your plan, because your plan in year one, you've already changed a bunch, and it failed in spectacular fashion. Their plan wasn't to go 3-14 this year. They thought they could take a team that had the lead 7 times in the fourth quarter last year and blew it, which was a Jet franchise record. Yep. And to quote Aaron Glenn, with better coaching, they'd win some of those games. He's on record saying the last 4 minutes of each half belonged to the head coach. And the Jets have been an abomination in the last 4 minutes of each half, as you know. So I hear that as a fan, and I just get frustrated because I'm tired of being told you have a plan and be patient when you've given me no reason to have any faith in your said plan.
Yeah, they're already on plan B. Plan A was, I can make these players better. Let's give Sauce an extension. And, then the frustration, they overvalued what they thought they had in Justin Fields. Oh, man, imagine Justin Fields with Breece Hall. And then once people realized that he couldn't throw in zones, all you had to do was play a zone against him and keep eyes on him, and it was a different player, and he couldn't exploit you like he exploited the Pittsburgh Steelers or teams that dared to just play cover one because they were stubborn, that the games would be a lot easier. So then Muji went to plan B. Plan B was, let's get assets, let's get a quarterback because we clearly don't have one, and let's start cashing in chips and assets so that we can try and see if we can get younger and build from the ground up with – I don't even know who the core is. Outside the offensive line, I don't know who the core of this team is. I mean, and even with the offensive line, I mean, they locked up Myers, okay, so we know Fashion Mimble is good. And we know that, they have Tittman under contract. So does that mean that, Simpson is out? Does that mean that Vera Tucker is out? We think that we know the core for the receivers, but they definitely have to go out in the draft and get another receiver. They can't bank on the fact that Mechie's going to figure it out, that I Mitchell's going to figure it out. Maybe they're just 2-3. Well, not 2-3. They're 2 number 3 receivers. Maybe one can emerge to be a number 2, but they have to go out, I think, in the draft or in free agency and get them a legitimate weapon opposite of Garrett. I think this team would have had a much better chance if they would have kept Aaron Rodgers, which would have kept Devontae Adams, and then they would have had a better chance to try and win. And eventually they could have tried to draft Shedeur Sanders in the 4th round. That's what I wanted them to do. And I also was a big fan of Harold Fannin, and, they missed that one too. And now he looks like he's one of these Delaney Walker-type weapons, these Kyle Juszczyk type of weapons. And, they made some good, Mimble was worth the pick. But it's been a lot of missteps, but then they got lucky by going there and finding Bromley. And it's clear that he wants big corners. I would have never paid Stevens. So there's a lot of things that could decisions that should be questioned. But Muji's did a good job, I think, in being able to get assets. Now the question is, like all Jet fans have, what can he do with those assets?
Right. And again, we've been here before as Jet fans. They hit on a lot of picks with the last time they were kind of positioning themselves with cap space and having draft capital. The problem was they never obviously found the quarterback, and there were some clear issues, of course, with the coaching to go with all that. So, look, I understand that, Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji clearly pivoted, but the reason why they pivoted, Bart, is because
plan A didn't work. Yep.
Right, they started 0-7. They were the last team in the league to get a win. I mean, and just so people understand what we're watching and how bad it is, because I think a lot of Jet fans like you and I we're desensitized to all the losing. If Aaron Glenn loses these last 2 games, and he will, they have no chance, as against the Patriots or the Bills. Let's be fair.
Yep.
They're going to finish 3-14. The only other Jet coaches, Bart, that have ever had a 14-loss season or more are Kotite and Gase. And if I just say those names, every Jet fan knows what I'm referring to, right? And the level of just dysfunction and awfulness that is associated with that. That's it. So that's already where this guy is starting from. And the Jets need to win games next year. Everyone says, the Lions this, Lions that. Well, the Lions, as Chris brought up yesterday to you on your show, they won after their bye week. They went 3-4-1 down the stretch after I think they started either they were like 0-10-1, whatever it was. Yeah. So they were playing better. And then even after that, They got off to a 1-6 start the following season in 2022. I'm not so sure Woody Johnson's going to be patient, or anyone should be patient if they go out there, Bart, and they get off to another terrible start next year. They might not have that opportunity. They got to win some football games, and they're going to start with a 3-14 season. So I don't know why any Jet fan should have faith in this regime, even though I do like the trades and the assets, the resources, all of it. I just don't believe in this head coach right now. He's giving me no reason to think he has any clue what he's doing. Yeah,
and I tell you, if this defense is bad, it's going to be on him, and it's going to show that he can't build a staff to coach the defense, because that'd be, the first one he asked for Wilkes after Wilkes had been let go, one and done in his last 6 stops. And then, he's a defensive guy. He's a guy that played defensive coordinator. So if he doesn't hire the right coordinator and the defense still stinks after they go out and they got rid of Sauce, they got rid of Quinnen, they're going to probably get rid of Quincy. They're probably going to – Cisco's gone. He's going to bring in 5-6 new starters. He's going to draft one. He's probably going to get some in free agency. If he doesn't do a good job with that, and then the scheme doesn't match the personnel, then people are going to start looking at him, and they're really going to lose patience. Now, if the defense is balling and the offense is still behind because they got a young quarterback, then that's something they're going to have to deal with. Like I said, I would take serious consideration to a guy like – I think Malik Willis is the Justin Fields that they were looking for. I think maybe something like that, a bridge guy, if you're going to try and figure things out. Malik Willis might be the guy that's a perfect bridge guy. If that's not the case, you wait to 2027. If you're not waiting to 2027, then I don't know if they have the equity to get past the Raiders. I just can't see the Giants losing to the Raiders. I think that'd be it's nobody to fire because everybody's fired. But I don't see them. I don't see Jackson Dart losing to them, because he knows if he loses to them, then it's a possibility that the general manager and the new head coach that comes in may say, hey, I'd rather go with a new guy. Let's see what we can get for Jackson Dart. If we can get a first-round draft pick or second-round draft pick for Jackson Dart to somebody, that's just like trading down and getting more assets. If we believe that Mendoza is the guy and he can lead, and he's going to be a pocket quarterback, he's going to be because people don't believe that Jackson Dart's going to last with his playing style. So who knows? It could be a Kingsbury type of situation where Rosen was taken 7th overall, and then he says, hey, man, you get one of these coaches, especially if it's one that comes from college. If it's a Marcus Freeman or something like that, he may have a different evaluation of Mendoza and may not have the same evaluation for Jackson Dart that the previous regime has had. And that's the question you have when you're interviewing coaching candidates and probably a GM candidate too, I'd imagine. So, well, that's why Shane shouldn't be involved in it, because he's going to try and hire somebody
that wants to work with Dart.
That makes sure that he goes down and looks, so he can say, oh, well, we fired Shane, but look, he got Jackson Dart and he got Jalen Carter, but and kind of how we looked at Gettleman with the Saquon once we saw Saquon in the Philadelphia Eagles uniform. 100%. We'll talk more about the Dart-Mendoza conversation that started on this station. I do a show on Sunday morning with Mike Tannenbaum, and he unsolicited threw that out there, and I know all the shows in the station have been talking about it since. We'll get more into that. Yeah, I see you got Mets colors on. I thought you was going to empty the tank on the Jeff McNeil stuff. But I guess nobody really cares about baseball in the offseason. No. The worst free agency sport in all the sports. It's brutal. It is you're 100% spot on about that. I'm rocking some Knicks gear, Bart. I mean, the Knicks back in action tonight. I mean, the one team I have in my life that is a legitimate championship contender. Well, we can be friends now because I root for the Knicks, but eventually on a collision course with those guys. Yeah, I don't like your Brunson takes. We're gonna have to talk about that at some point during our show. We get the extra hour today too. We're rocking all the way until you got the extra. You got the extra hour. Oh, you're off at 1? No one told me that. Well, hey man, it's good to be Bart Scott. It's good to do a production meeting on TV. Very nice. I love that. All right. Well, we're going to give you an opportunity to go solo. You know what I'm saying? Like we think about New Edition. I don't know if you know New Edition, the singing group. New Edition, you know New Edition? No, you're too young. No, I do not. So New Edition is like a group that was like the Jackson 5, and eventually all the guys end up going solo and having great solo careers. Bobby Brown, Ralph Trasvan, Johnny Gill. Johnny Gill. There you go, Johnny Gill. Yep. And the other 3 just got to a group because collectively it took 3 of them to add to the value of the singular ones. I'm going to learn a lot today, Bart. I'm very excited. 800-919-3776. We open, of course, the Monday night game. By the way, Bob Saleh,
apparently going to be a hot coaching candidate again. We could talk about that in just a bit. But we got a lot to talk about, of course. Aaron Glenn saying, Jet fans, trust me, we have a plan. Don't let go of the rope.
Just don't let go of the rope.
Do you buy it? 800-919-3776. He's Bart Scott. I'm Jake Asman, in for Chris Carlin. More coming up. It's Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York, the ESPN New York app, and the ESPN New York YouTube channel.
Knicks fans, it's time to hit the court with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. Download the BetMGM app today and add a boost of excitement to every New York game day with same-day parlays, live betting options, player props, boosted odds specials, and the best daily promotions in the business. With the BetMGM app at your fingertips, you can experience the excitement of betting on your favorite players and get in on all the blue and orange action as your New York Knicks drive the lane. Find out why basketball fans love BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem in New York? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
We have troubles on the east side this morning. Closure of First Avenue coming uptown at East 100th through East 102nd. That's a crash investigation. A garbage truck plowed into scaffolding earlier, so they've got the investigation and the cleanup going on. A stall up on the Harlem River Drive North in the 150s. And there's also slow traffic to watch out for in Brooklyn. It's been very busy on the inbound Gowanus BQE at the Belt, coming back in towards Atlantic Avenue. City-bound side of the Hudson River crossings, we've been dealing with a 20-minute delay at the George Washington Bridge, closer to 15 minutes at the tunnels. I'm Matt Ward on 880 ESPN New York.
Discover a driving experience crafted to inspire. At Garden City Mazda, exceptional design and sophisticated performance come together during the Mazda More to Move You sales event. Lease the 2025 Mazda CX-5 for just $229 a month at Garden City Mazda.
When equipment breaks down and operations come to a halt, every single second counts. So why is your maintenance team spending 60% of their time doing anything but turning wrenches? MaintainX is the AI-powered maintenance and asset management system that helps your team get back to actually fixing breakdowns. No more searching for manuals. No more hunting down parts. No more drowning in paperwork. With MaintainX, your team can access manuals from anywhere, create new procedures in minutes, and turn voice notes into clear and complete work order feedback. What used to take hours now only takes minutes. Keep your operations moving, not your paperwork. Join over 11,000 maintenance teams that are already fixing more and filing less. Try MaintainX for free today. Go to maintainx.com/AI. That's maintain and the letter x.com/AI.
The holidays are here, and Amazon Pickup is your MVP of package pickup. Need that perfect gift like a brand new jersey for the big game? With Amazon Pickup, you can grab your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule at no extra cost. It's fast, it's easy, and it keeps your holiday surprises tucked safely away. So whether you're running from work or heading to the holiday party, Amazon Pickup makes holiday shopping worry-free. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings during the More to Move You event. Lease a new Mazda 2025 CX-50 2.5S Select with all-wheel drive for $199 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN SN385912. MSRP $32,795. Zero security deposit. Ends 1/2/26.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
This Christmas, get a bonus AI Essentials course when you enroll in any My Computer Career IT program by the end of the year. That's a $3,900 value. Attend classes online or on campus. Enjoy lifetime job placement support and IT certifications in high demand. Go to mycomputercareer.edu today and take the free career evaluation. That's mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Conditions apply to AI offer and financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the GI Bill.
The post-crib assembly press conference, brought to you by Progressive.
Michael, you had some trouble putting the crib together today. What went wrong?
You know, those instructions can be tough, and, well, you saw the outcome.
Were you upset when your wife pulled you and called in the backup?
No, I mean, the baby needs a crib to sleep in, so whatever it takes.
You've got a changing table to put together next. It's got a lot of drawers. What's your comment?
You know what? We're done here.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Bart Carlin right here on 880 ESPN New York and the ESPN New York app. It's Christmas Eve, which is also known as Festivus. I got a lot of problems with my football team, the New York Jets, and now you're going to hear about them. Jake Asman in for Chris Carlin. Bart Scott, of course, here. Bart, any big Christmas Eve plans for you today, also known as Festivus, where I'm from?
No, this is Christmas Eve?
Eve, that's right. The day before Christmas Eve.
Nah, man, I gotta go. I gotta work at SNY and talk about the Jets.
Lucky you. Well, it's also
great.
Festivus. Are you familiar with that holiday?
Well, remember Festivus is something I understand it's from Seinfeld, but it was a big thing in the 2000s when the Ravens, they couldn't say playoffs, so they had to say Festivus. When they won in 2000, it's a big thing, that T-shirts and stuff like that they have.
So Festivus is the airing of grievances. So it's fitting because we opened our show and I gave you my passionate, just grieved rooting for this Jets team. And lucky you, on Festivus, you get to talk about the New York Jets later today at SNY. So you got it pretty good on Festivus. You're celebrating properly.
Yeah, happy me.
800-919-3776. Let's get to a couple calls right now. Let's say hello to Dave in the car, who's first today on Bart and Carlin. Hello, Dave.
Hey, what's up, guys? Happy holidays. Thanks for taking my call. I'm going to direct this at you, Bart. I mean, obviously, anyone else want to chime in, it's fine. But I've been listening to you, Bart, for a few years. I've listened to guys like Keyshawn Johnson, a lot of former players from your era who really have some solid insights. And I'm left with this question, and I want to ask you. How is it that you and all these other guys with all this acumen who've been in the trenches, blood, sweat, and tears, ripped cartilage and all of that, right? Is there too much ego and complacency in the NFL right now that's hurting the league? Because we don't get enough new blood.
Yeah.
It appears that we just aren't getting the infusion of high-level intel, which now actually seems to be flocking more to college now that the pay structure for players have changed and there's so much movement. What's your take on that?
I mean, you look at a guy like Deshaun Jackson that never coached anybody or did anything, was just kind of talking, become a head coach and do kind of relatively okay with Delaware State. You look at Eddie George, never coached anything in his life, and just leaders of men that know how the game is supposed to be played and what it's supposed to look like. And what happens is, and I remember Ed Reed tried to be a coach, and they were more concerned with him going to get donuts or stuff like that. It's like, man, I'm Ed Reed. My resume is I'm a walking resume. My on the field stuff is me knowing and being qualified. They do this, you got to earn your stripes type of stuff, and they don't allow guys who have played before and played at a high level to skip the line. Only certain guys skip the line. You know what I mean? It's amazing some of the guys that coached me that were my backups. Mike Smith was my linebacker coach before I retired, and he was my backup in Baltimore. He was younger than me. And it was almost laughable, you know what I'm saying, that this was the guy that was teaching me. You know what I mean? Or that was teaching the outside linebackers. He didn't coach the inside linebackers, but it was funny to me that's the guy that was doing it. I was like, if that's the case, I might as well be a player coach.
I mean, you just look at between what the caller brought up that you reacted to and just the amount of nepotism, too, that is in coaching.
Yeah, that's all it is. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
Half of these people, like Mike Pettit, when I met Mike Pettit, was he was coming off of coaching high school football, and he was responsible in Baltimore for filming practice. but he was my coordinator. You know how quickly like guys like that like shoot up the ladder.
It's all who you know. I mean, that's like most jobs too, to be fair. But I think it's especially a thing in the NFL.
But you would think that it would be more players that get opportunities. You know what I mean? But they don't create the structure. And like I said, when Ed Reed's like, I think I want to coach, and he kind of went in there, or Cromartie, I see Cromartie at training camp sometimes, and he's doing like the internship and stuff like that, but they don't hire him. Like, how can you not hire – who knows more, especially the modern guy, the modern corner that just retired. He should know more about – especially, like – and you don't have to be a great player to be a great coach. So I'm cool with that. But he was both. And oddly enough, probably 3 of his kids – people always laugh about how many kids he got. Probably 3 of his kids are going to be in the NFL in the next 4 years. If guys haven't been paying attention – to his other kid going to Florida State, his other kid All-State, you know what I mean? And he's teaching corners back. He's teaching corners, and he's teaching corners like in Texas where he's living. He's teaching corners.
He was down in Houston, so I used to do radio down there for 6 years and would cross paths with him. He was actually on Jimbo Fisher's coaching staff at A&M as like an assistant or like a coaching intern, like what you were talking about.
My point, you know what I'm saying? But nobody gave him a job. But, you see guys like Chris Harris, they make it so hard for, you know what I mean, like – when you look at the NBA, most of the coaches are what?
Guys who have not played in the NBA.
No, when you look at the NBA, most of them, you got a higher percentage of former NBA players that are NBA coaches. Whether you talk to Udoka, whether you go to Kerr, you go to Kidd, you go to
I'd be curious how many it actually is, because come to think of it, it's more than I initially thought.
Yeah.
But, like Mike Brown, I don't believe played in the NBA, for example.
But he probably played basketball at a high level. Sure. You talk about Woodson. You talk about, you know what I mean?
There were D3 guys, too. I mean, Jeff Van Gundy was like a D3 basketball player, I think, at Nazareth College in upstate New York, wherever Nazareth is. Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. But you see what I'm saying? Like, they get more opportunities, whether it was Kevin McHale. You know what I mean? Even the kid up in Boston.
You talking about Brad Stevens?
No, the other guy.
Oh, their current coach.
Medulla.
Joe Mazzulla.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, and they get, and you see more of those guys become general managers too.
The path, really, in all sports, it's definitely changing. I mean, in baseball, you have managers who have never even played in the major leagues at a lot of times, and some of the great players who want to get into it, they struggle to get jobs afterwards. So we'll see. Getting back to the Jet conversation, I actually thought it was, when you look at Aaron Glenn's resume in particular, because we talked about him preaching patience to Jet fans, to me, like, he did all the right steps you would want for a guy to get his first opportunity as a coach, starting as a scout, an assistant, multiple teams, working his way up to being a coordinator and all that. So I know some people have said they don't like, hiring like a former player because a lot of times it hasn't worked out. I don't think that has been the problem with the Jets.
Say that to Dan Campbell.
Or Mike Vrabel, right? I mean, There's plenty of successful examples. So that's one thing I would eliminate. My big thing with the hire, another great example, right? I mean, we can only hope Glenn could have a turnaround like what D'Amico has obviously been able to do from the beginning there.
But what's the common denominator? Each one of those guys found a quarterback.
Right. And does it concern you, though? And again, I understand what they were trying to do with Justin Fields, but my biggest issue is it's not only that you bring in Justin Fields, you guarantee him the $30 million, and they have the audacity to publicly say, Glenn says he's never been coached properly.
Yeah, that to me, that's offensive.
He went 4-2 in Pittsburgh last year. What do you think Mike Tomlin was doing?
Arthur Smith and Mike Tomlin, whose resume is cemented. And you talk about the two guys that he had in Chicago.
So now we're supposed to trust this regime to now pick and now develop another quarterback. And I get it. We have no choice. I don't believe they're going to one-and-done Aaron Glenn here. But how could I feel confident?
But here's the thing. Are you really choosing a quarterback, or is the quarterback coming with a level that he kind of chooses you? Yeah, you can say Sean McDermott kind of refined Josh Allen, but Josh Allen already had what it made. It's like it's
not right away though. It took him a little bit.
Yes, he had to get accurate. They had to go get him a receiver.
Brian Dable got a lot of credit for the development when it happened there.
Yeah, so why couldn't he do that with Daniel Jones? See, that's the whole thing. A lot of times we give too much credit to the coach and not enough credit to the actual player.
But do you think if Josh Allen was a Jet instead of Sam Darnold, he would have fared any better? Like the Jets, to me,
of course I do.
But they ruined Sam Darnold.
No,
did they not?
no, they didn't ruin Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold came to a place. He got the appendix or whatever he had, mono.
He had mono, sure.
Right. So he got off to a bad start, and what happens is the team didn't win enough. So then they had that decision.
But the bad start was look at the weapons he was throwing to. The head coach was Adam Gase. I mean, I
understand that, but Adam Gase came. Blame that on Peyton Manning, who hates us for some reason.
Believe me, I don't get me started on Peyton Manning.
Right. Peyton Manning hates us for some reason. That's why I have no faith that if we wait to 2027, that Peyton won't do something to sabotage Arch if Arch does become a great player.
Well, the wait till 2027 to me is a load of crap, and I'll tell you why, Bart. Because if you project how this season's going, say the Jets finish with their 3 wins, like you and I said earlier, we expect to happen. They go into next year needing to win games. If their plan is to wait for a quarterback in 2027 and they go out there and go 5-12 next year with Kyler Murray or whoever the bridge option is and just bypass quarterback in round 1 altogether, if they have 8 or 9 wins through 2 years, they're not going to get a third year. And if you're the Jets, you still would have a ton of cap space, and those 3 wins make your job ultra attractive for the next regime to come in.
If they go with Kyler Murray, they'll win way more than 5 games. Believe that.
Well, the Lions were 9-8 at the end of year 2. Are the Jets going 9-8 next year?
It depends on who their quarterback is.
Is Kyler Murray the quarterback that could get them to go from 3 to 9 wins? Because I don't see it.
Kyler Murray or I think Malik Willis would put them at 7 and 9 wins. Listen, the NFL is not good. Like, that's why it's so much parity. There is some okay teams. It's no insurmountable, undefeatable team. You know what I mean? You can look at the Broncos. Broncos are paper champions, in my opinion. They're just good enough not to beat themselves, and then they're just good enough to beat you a little bit.
But again, the Jets are nowhere near any of these teams right now.
They're off season. They're Patriots off season away. You have to go and you have to approve this roster.
But they hired Mike Vrabel. That's what they did. They already had Drake May, and they went from a 4-win team to add Mike Vrabel. They spent a ton of money, and now look at them.
But I'm not ready. But they can spend a lot of money because they're not paying their quarterback anything.
Right.
The Jets have 1 more year before they have to take Justin Fields off the books and they have to take Aaron Rodgers off the books.
But they have $100 million even with that factored in. So they have money.
I understand that, but they got a lot of people, a lot of things they have to address.
Correct.
They let some great players go, so they're going to have to try and get some better players. And I don't know if you have to go for the number 1 guys. They went for Harold Landry up there, right? They didn't go for like Hargrove or whoever they got. I believe the D tackle that they signed there to go with Barrymore. They have to get a couple people on their side, but I'm not going to do a Kenny Pickett. I'm not going to take a quarterback just because we need one. If that guy isn't for sure, in my opinion, a player that is going to change my organization, because I'd much rather wait and get a bridge quarterback and give that guy opportunity and say, hey, we got Garrett Wilson, we have a decent offensive line. No, they're going to have to sell Breece Hall on even wanting to be back. If I'm Breece Hall, I'm calling the Baltimore Ravens saying, hey, I know Derrick Henry's getting older. He's got that 1-year contract. Talk to me.
And look, the Jets had the franchise tag if they can't get a deal done. And to me, it's almost like you make your offense dummy-proof for whoever the quarterback is, even if it's just a year of doing that with Breece.
But we don't know if we want. We don't know if we want. We don't know if we really want Breece, because if we want Breece, then just like they're signing guys now, they would have been talking to Breece to get him signed up so he doesn't hit that market. This is the best time to sign Breece. Same way you did Myers, same way you did everybody else.
What if he says, to your point, I'd rather see what my value is on the open market?
That's what I'm saying. So you gonna tag him? You don't want a disgruntled guy. That's why they reportedly probably got rid of Quinnen Williams. You don't want a disgruntled guy that's like, I don't want to be here.
You can't lose him for nothing, though, because then they should have just taken the 4th-round pick from the Chiefs at the deadline. I gave them the benefit of the doubt that if they didn't trade Breece, it's because it was under the premise he would be here next year, part of that offense for whoever the quarterback is.
But Breece might say all money ain't good money. He might not want your money. And if he ends up wanting you always assume that somebody wants your money. Not everybody wants your money.
I would just say tough. You're on the tag.
Okay, that's fine. I'll see you in June.
Yeah.
It's other ways for him to play it, too. Don't think he can't play it.
For sure. But to your point, yes, they have to sell Breece on coming back. But even if they do have him back, I agree with your premise on the quarterback situation. You don't just force it. But the Jets are going to be in a spot where, let's say Dante Moore does declare, if they like him, they also like Mendoza. I don't know how they feel about Ty Simpson, assuming he comes out as well. Like, to me, they can't afford to not get a quarterback. I get it, you don't want to force it, but it just feels like there's going to be a lot of pressure on them to get a QB. And I think part of the reason that they were able to make the Sauce and the Quinnen deals and Woody Johnson signs off on that kind of move is because they probably sold him on, hey, this is going to help us get our long-term answer at the quarterback position by making these trades in the first place. So I think it all factors in to this offseason being, hey, you want to sign Malik Willis? Great. You bring him in. You also need to look at drafting a quarterback, almost replicating what the Giants' approach was, where they had Russ, they had Winston, and then they knew they were covered going into the draft in case they couldn't necessarily get the quarterback they wanted.
Well, if that's your premise, then you're not signing Russ, you're signing Kirk Cousins. Because if you sign Malik Willis, he's going to be in a contract that you can't get rid of in 2 years.
How much money do you think Malik Willis is truly going to get, though?
$40 million a year.
Really?
Yeah.
He's barely played, though. I know he looked good the other night, but still.
Listen, when people are getting $60 million and you can get the Jared Goff price tag, I think he's going to go for $40 million. He's not going to go for $30 million. Justin Fields went for $30. Well, he looks like a better player than Justin Fields.
Well, Daniel Jones with the Colts, right? You look at his contract. That to me would be like closer to what I thought. 1 year, $14 million, $13 million guaranteed. Sam Darnold got 1 year, $10 million with the Vikings 2 years ago.
We didn't see Daniel Jones play well. We thought that he couldn't play. He got cut. Malik Willis coming in and filling in big gaps for the Green Bay Packers. He's playing at a high level. He was 9 for 11. He's a dual threat. He can run. You know, he just didn't get a fair shake in Tennessee.
I mean, he started in his career 5 total games. He started only 2 with the Packers. He's appeared in 3 this year, no starts. We'll see if he has to start now with the Love concussion.
But as he appeared, how did he look?
I can't dispute that he's looked good this year. I hear $40 million. I'm like, oh, really? Like, what team would have that kind of conviction?
Pass rushers get $40 million. What kind of conviction did you have with Justin Fields?
I didn't. I thought the contract when they did it at the time was a huge overpay.
Right. It was, $30 million?
$30 million guaranteed, $40 million total.
Right. So that was $20 a year?
$20 a year.
Yeah. So
and you think Malik Willis will get like $40 million over 1 year or 2 years?
Yeah, because people actually think he can throw the football.
The GM who gives Malik Willis $40 million needs to be studied. That's my initial reaction when I hear something like that.
So, I mean, you can do it different ways. It can be incentive based. It could be 2 years, $80 million, but 30 guaranteed with escalators and incentives.
The Jets do that. God.
How much is your receiver making?
Garrett Wilson. Well, it hasn't kicked in yet, but eventually it will be over $30 million.
Right. So your starting quarterback, if you think he can actually play, because guess what? There's going to be people bidding for him. Whoever doesn't get Mendoza, and if Moore goes back in, what are you stuck with?
Again, the bridge options are obviously not great. That's why you have the Kirk Cousins conversation. That's why we're talking about Kyler Murray, and we're talking about Marcus Mariota, the usual names. The problem for the Jets, a lot of the names fans suggest, they all signed 2-year deals the previous offseason. Mac Jones is under contract. Jameis Winston is under contract. Jacoby Brissett is under contract. So a lot of the popular names that are always on these 1-year deals, these teams actually gave them 2-year deals. Oh, I did not mean to hit the no Michael K drop there. Whoops. my thumb pressed it. But, yeah, no Michael K today. We're with you till 2 on Bart Carlin. We'll get into this on the other side, Bart, because we're up against it. More options for the Jets because, again, there's so many fascinating conversations around this Giants-Raiders game and how that impacts what the Jets' approach would be and what even the Giants' approach would be, as I know the conversation around Dart versus Mendoza's gaining some steam. He's Bart Scott. I'm Jake Asman with you here on Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York and the ESPN New York app.
Boxing is back at Madison Square Garden on Saturday, January 31st for the Ring 6. Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. Power meets precision on boxing's biggest stage. This is one fight you won't want to miss. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com and watch every round live exclusively on DAZN.
D'Agostino, Law, Bite Back. I'm injury attorney John Ryan D'Agostino, nicknamed The Closer, continuing D'Agostino and Associates' legacy of helping the injured for over 35 years. My father, John D'Agostino, built this injury firm to help accident victims.
This is John D'Agostino, and this is a family firm. For us, it's about doing what's right and making sure somebody pays for your pain. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-BITE-BACK.
They call me The Closer because big or small, in court or out, I'm fighting to get the job done, to win. to get you every dollar you deserve.
D'Agostino and Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and will come to you. I've been there and I'll be there for you. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope. It's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Bart Carlin right here, 880 ESPN New York and the ESPN New York app. Malik Willis, Bart's high on him, thinks he can get $40 million if you're the Jets. Would you be interested in that? A lot to talk about. Aaron Glenn saying earlier that the Jets, they got a plan. They have a plan. They're laying the foundation. Don't let go of the rope.
Just don't let go of the rope.
We also got this gem earlier in the year.
Big ships turn slow.
So it's turning slow, all right. There's no doubt about that. Bart Scott, Jake Asman with you, in for Chris Carlin, taking you till 2 today. I'm with you solo for that last hour. Hollywood Bart has got a big production meeting, so he'll be leaving the show then.
Bro, I'm working during the holidays. You know what I'm saying? We was hand down. I volunteered. You know what I'm saying? I volunteered to go to the front line.
I love it. Let's get to a couple calls right now. Let's say hello on the phone to Dave in Westchester, who is next up on Bart and Carlin. Hello, Dave.
Hey, how you guys doing? This is just towards Bart. I just want to see, because I'm a Giant fan. I know you guys are talking about the Jets, but if the Giants do get the number 1 pick, Bart, what's the best that they can do? I mean, because Baltimore's going to call, the Jets are going to call, the Browns may call, Kansas
Baltimore's going to call?
Baltimore might call, yeah. What's his name's out. You don't think they'll call?
No, I don't think
I'm
Baltimore's
saying make the phone call. I'm saying, you don't think that...
Let's not get stuck. Let's not get stuck on the Ravens. I'm sorry. That's a distraction. I want to get to your real.
I didn't say Baltimore. No. I didn't say Baltimore. I'm sorry. I meant the Colts. Sorry.
Okay.
My mistake.
The Colts cannot do anything. Dave, the Colts don't have their first round pick the next 2 years. So that's a non-starter.
Yeah.
I'm talking. What do you mean? So, you mean the Colts won't call? You think Danny Dimes is going to be back. He's going to miss half the season.
No. You got to understand, they have no assets.
Right.
They traded their first-round draft pick to the Jets.
His question was, what would the Jets be willing to give up to go to number one? I think the first thing you got to answer, Bart, is are the Jets at 4? Are they at 3?
Yeah,
Does Dante Moore declare, right? There's so many factors in what the value of that top pick would even be.
Yeah, it depends on how far they drop, right? And, it's looking like the Jets are probably, can Cleveland win one? I don't know. No DK Metcalf. They would love to upset the Steelers. They play the Steelers tough. But let's just say we know that either the Giants or either the Raiders are going to fall behind and go to 4th, and the Jets move up to the top 3. So now you ask yourself, you got two teams that's in front of you that needs quarterbacks. It's going to take a lot to try and move up in front of them. That's why you probably hope that the Raiders and how good they've been playing win the game, so then they're the team that moves to the 4th. But if I'm the Jets, you might give up the 2 1s, a 1 this year and 1 next year, and I would maybe make it – you have to make the first one the high one you got, and then you'll use the other one, and then you might trade one from next year so you only have 2 next year. I'm not trading 3 1s to move up 1 spot.
No chance. And the Jets also have 2 2s. So let's say if it was, obviously you swap your first-round pick, 3 or 4, whatever it is, with the Giants for 1, and then you obviously could offer one of your 2s this year. And if they insist on one of the 1s next year, then you got to ask yourself, well, what are the other options if you're trying to preserve those first-round picks in 27?
Exactly, because you need players too. So you may need a pass rusher. I think it's tough, man, because I might give you my second one. I might give you my second one. I just don't know.
I'd love to keep the Colts pick this year.
Arvell Reese, if I can get a bridge quarterback and try and get my quarterback next year and get me a good guy, I might trade. If Cleveland's up, I might trade for – I'm not even trying to be funny. I might trade for Shedeur Sanders.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
You can't do that.
I mean, if the team in front of you picks their young quarterback, then what use do they have for Shedeur Sanders?
Well, I think really what it comes down to for the Jets is if Mendoza's clearly going to go 1, and I'm not convinced, by the way, because we've seen this process play out so many times. As by the time we get to April, who knows if Dante Moore is not considered like the top guy at that point. I'm not ready to just say no matter what, it's Mendoza 1, but say he is. The Jets like a different option, whether it be Moore or Simpson. That changes the equation, too, because then you're in a spot where if you're at 3, ideally, maybe you could just stick and pick, or it only costs a little bit to go up 1 spot just to secure the guy you want. There's so many factors we don't even know. And honestly, here's a scenario for Jet fans to pay attention to, Bart. So the Ravens play the Packers on Saturday. If they lose, Pittsburgh clinches the division. So that game against Cleveland would mean nothing to them. Maybe the Browns could then win. So, again, we need the Ravens to lose to the Packers. Pittsburgh would clinch. It wouldn't matter about Metcalf. And if anything, that would help potentially the Browns. Myles Garrett chasing that sack record. Maybe they're careful with Rodgers playing in a meaningless game. All of a sudden, if Cleveland wins the game, there you go.
But the problem is, don't they play the game at the same time?
No, because they play Saturday, which is great. They play Saturday night in Green Bay, Ravens versus Packers. So we'll know by the time the Steelers take the field whether or not that game matters at all.
Okay, makes sense.
So there you go. Another hour in the books. We still got a lot to do. We'll get to more of your calls coming up. We're going to get into the Giants angle and all this because Saturday, man, the toilet bowl of all toilet bowls with that number 1 pick on the line. He's Bart Scott. I'm Jake Asman in for Chris Carlin. It's Bart and Carlin here on ESPN New York and the ESPN New York app.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A good karma Brands radio station.
Knicks fans, it's time to hit the court with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. Download the BetMGM app today and add a boost of excitement to every New York game day with same-day parlays, live betting options, player props, boosted odds specials, and the best daily promotions in the business. With the BetMGM app at your fingertips, you can experience the excitement of betting on your favorite players and get in on all the blue and orange action as your New York Knicks drive the lane. Find out why basketball fans love BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem in New York? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
1 in every 6 men is likely to be diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime. That's why New York Presbyterian wants to remind men over 50 to book a prostate cancer screening. A simple blood test is all it takes. It could save your life. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester at locations near you. Schedule your annual prostate cancer screening today at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
ZipRecruiter. Have you heard the story that's about a guy who lives in a bank that is really close by? The Capital One Cafe is his home, no doubt, where customers bank and get their cash out. There's no fees or minimums on checking accounts, so your money stays. Most Capital One Cafes are open all 7 days. This magical place, as some people might call it, is where the Capital One Bank guy says, "What's in your wallet?" Such a lovely tale.
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
This Christmas, get a bonus AI Essentials course when you enroll in any My Computer Career IT program by the end of the year. That's a $3,900 value. Attend classes online or on campus. Enjoy lifetime job placement support and IT certifications in high demand. Go to mycomputercareer.edu today and take the free career evaluation. That's mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Conditions apply to AI offer and financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the GI Bill.
He's Bart Scott. I'm Jake Asman. No Chris Carlin here on Festivus. Christmas Eve.
But you going to have a wardrobe change every hour?
Well, Bart, this is a very special wardrobe change. I haven't worn this in years. I got my number 57 Reebok. That's how you know it's old.
God.
Bart Scott Jets jersey.
Oh, I thought that was Mo Lewis.
Who should be in the Jets Ring of Honor, by the way. It's a shame that he's remembered for the Brady play when he was one of the best Jets players in their franchise's history.
That's why they didn't put him there, because the torment. The rest of the NFL is like, man, we ain't honoring him with nothing. He the one that unleashed the beast.
It's terrible. He was a great player, man. You look at some of the records he has for the franchise, but I digress. He was a multi-time Pro Bowler. Bart, you were a Pro Bowler. The 2025 New York Jets, they have 0 Pro Bowlers. The NFL just announced the Pro Bowl rosters. The only Pro Bowler for either
Williams.
New York team. Now, take a guess. The Jets have 0 Pro Bowlers, so it's only one
Brian
player.
Burns. Brian Burns.
Yep,
man.
you got it right. Yep. Brian Burns, he's a Pro Bowler. And no Jets. 3rd Pro Bowl selection for Burns, first with the Giants. He's been great this year. They're wasting one of his special seasons here. He's got the second most amount of sacks in the NFL, and it's the most sacks by a Giants player since JPP in 2011. He's got 15 sacks this season. I mean, he's been great. They're wasting it, and he is the only Pro Bowler in New York sports, New York football, which is actually hard to fathom. But maybe we shouldn't be surprised, given the combined record for these two teams is 5-25 this year.
Yeah, but we got the best special teams in all of football. Whether it was the punter or
who should be an All-Pro, by the way. McNamara's been that good,
right? And that's what Isaiah Williams. We got the same agent, or he actually is represented by my agency that I work for. They didn't put him on a ballot until too late. Like they didn't get him on a ballot. Remember, because he wasn't with the team, then he got cut. So he's not even on a ballot. But he definitely should have been on a ballot. And if he would have been on the ballot, especially if he would have got that return the other day, come on, man.
They robbed him on that return against Jacksonville. It was like the only positive moment of that game. Again, you look at both the Jets and the Giants rosters. From a Jet standpoint, Bart, this goes back to the conversation we had last hour about players not getting better. I mean, I've seen Quincy Williams be a first-team All-Pro linebacker. I've seen Jermaine Johnson make the Pro Bowl as an alternate a couple of years ago. Will McDonald, who had 10.5 sacks in his second year a season ago. Aaron Glenn said this summer he's going to break out. They asked him why. He talked about coaching, man. It's coaching, right?
Yeah.
And so
again, he did make it. So who fault is it?
That's my big question, right? And they already fired Wilkes, but Aaron Glenn said, hey, we're running the Wilkes system. So this to me is yet another example of, hey, man, you're the head coach. You hired Wilkes, and now does Aaron Glenn need to take over the defense? Should he hire a guy that could run his system? What's the approach now, besides maybe hiring Bart Scott to be the DC? What does Aaron Glenn now do after he promised coaching would elevate guys? And obviously that has been the complete opposite of what we have watched.
I think maybe the first person he should call is Raheem Morris. Get Raheem Morris in here.
Hofstra guy.
And allow him to kind of run his system because he's I don't think he's going to survive this year. He should be in line, but it could be some competition for it. But definitely I would be looking at a guy like Raheem Morris to come be my defense coordinator.
Would it be a completely different system than what Glenn has run, or are there similarities there?
I don't know. That I don't know. I mean, Glenn, I don't know if he's a 3-4-4-3. I don't know if it was because the personnel that he had there. I don't know if – I mean, you would know better than I know. What did Glenn's defenses ever rank?
Not very good, if you want me to pull it up.
So that's what I'm saying. So do we want to run Aaron Glenn's system?
I would like the head coach to be more involved so we can't use the excuse, well, it's the Wilkes system. You hired him. This was your hand-picked guy. I mean, his biggest decisions have been Wilkes, which was a spectacular failure, and Justin Fields, which was an even bigger failure. That's what we're looking at here.
They're going to sit on the Membu and all the trades that they made for guys like Briggs, Phillips, Bromley Jr., like all those type of guys.
That's again, I think for what it's worth, Darren Muji has done his job at a higher level for sure than Glenn has done his, and I get it. Glenn ultimately is the final decision maker, so you can give him credit for that.
Well. Muji is the reason why Justin Fields is here too. So you got to take credit for that.
For sure. But when I hear Aaron Glenn come out and say this was my hand-picked quarterback, and the reason why I signed him is because he was so difficult to game plan against. When you use the term "I," that tells me all I need to know.
Yeah. See, that's crazy, right? Because you looking at somebody in a different system, different environment, and you got an infatuation for him. And, that could cost you. Oh, he was difficult to go against. Okay, well, he's pretty much playing running back.
It's hard to fathom. 800-919-3776. We're going to get to the Giants this hour, their direction going forward. We mentioned the game of all games, the Toilet Bowl in Vegas. Giants and the Raiders battle for the number one pick in all likelihood in the draft. But first, some of your calls. Let's say hello to David and Elizabeth, who is first up this hour with Jake Asman and Bart Scott on Bart and Colin. Hello, David. David, what?
He's usually at work. He cool. You let him go. He at work, underwater.
Yeah.
There we go. We stabilize things, David. Well done.
All right, so check this out. First and foremost, it's Christmas. You want to know why? I got two of my guys on the radio. Chef, you know you my guy wherever you're at. But I got Jake Asman, the Assman, and, of course, we got the Mad Backer. It's all Jets, baby.
His name's Assman.
Oh, yeah. So check this out, right? This is beautiful. What way to air my grievances with Festivus with you two gentlemen? Let's get straight into it. All right, Aaron Glenn, right? Not for nothing. I feel like he's just pressing the Ask Madden button on everything. Yo, what do you do next? Ask Madden. Yo, what should we do next? Ask Madden. That's how honestly I feel. Like, he don't know what he's doing, honestly. Like again, he's saying that, oh, yeah, I like what I saw out there in the production. We saw nothing. We saw terribleness. I don't know, man. Like not for nothing. I don't even know what to say anymore. And, like, here's another thing, too. Yeah. My bad, Bart. Like, here's one thing I wanted to say, right? Like, because everybody keeps, like, saying that you should pick up on the job as DC, or, they should at least take your knowledge and the experience and all the information that you've given us. Like, look, you started the show giving us vital information. Why are the people in the organization not listening to you? Or, for an example, like the time I saw you, you were telling me, we're not going to say the gentleman's name, that, yo, I be giving that guy the answers, right? Why do you think he sounds so smart when he's on television? If you're in-house right there, why do they not listen to experienced gentlemen such as yourself that's been in the trenches, that's fought hard for this organization, that know what he's doing? Like, I don't get it, man. Like, why does anybody not use their common sense? And that's pretty much what I got to say, man. Happy holidays to both of y'all families. Merry Christmas to the ESPN family.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you guys.
Drink plenty of eggnog, man, and maybe when you wake up, the season will be over.
I think that's every Jet fan's dream at this point. Good Festivus theme call there. I mean, again, Bart, the reason why I think this fan base has soured on a new coach, who, by the way, was a franchise legend, as quickly as they have, is because from the very beginning, the messaging from this head coach has been the total opposite of what he's trying to sell us now. And I get what he's trying to do. What else is he supposed to say? But that's why there's a lot of Jet fans, including myself, that have major reservations about this guy going into his second year. They have to win games next year. The idea that this is some master plan, he's operating like because he got a 5-year contract, he has 5 years to turn this around. That's such BS. Look around the NFL. Shouldn't take more than 2 to put a good team on the field nowadays.
You got 3. You won't survive 3 if it doesn't look right. Just ask Brian Daboll.
100%. I mean, it was a rare thing for Robert Saleh to go into his 4th year after 3 straight losing seasons. There were some extenuating circumstances for that with Rodgers getting hurt, right? It doesn't happen.
Yeah, but it was because Robert had a top 10 defense. So you
Correct.
had something that was dominant that the rest of the league was the envy of. Like, wow, man, this defense can get you.
You won 7 games with Trevor Siemian, Tim Boyle, and Zach Wilson. That's why you got a 4th year going into it.
Yeah, and they knew that the only reason that Aaron Kane was, at least initially, was because of Robert Saleh.
Correct. It's just, again, I don't want to sit here and just, like, completely say it's it for Glenn. There's no way he could turn it around, but he's entering quite the hole, and all the built-up equity he had from the fans at the beginning, being a former Jet.
Tell me this.
He squandered that already. It's gone.
Tell me this. In the 3rd and 4th round, you got all these extra picks. Do you take a Kalnick or do you take a Nussmeier? Do you take one of those guys? Because before this season started, we thought they were the number 1 quarterbacks out there.
Yeah.
So do you take a shot in the dark that maybe they're number 3, your number 3 quarterback?
Are you saying after you already selected one of the quote unquote top guys in round 1?
Either way.
I would. I mean, look. Remember when the
RG3?
Exactly. They took Kirk Cousins in the 4th round that year. So why not? I mean, to me, I don't know how you feel philosophically wise on this, but I believe you should draft a quarterback almost every year until you have the guy. Like I don't see the harm in it.
Yeah, you never know when you have a Brock Purdy or a Tom Brady just sitting there.
It just, again, especially with all the injuries nowadays.
I mean, because Tyrod, I love him to death, man, but he can't stay healthy, so you can't even count on him as your backup.
No. If you bring Tyrod back, which he might retire, who knows at this stage, you need another veteran, too.
$5 million a year. Not if you get $2, $3, $5 million a year to just sit there and just play 5 times a game.
Yeah. If he was willing to come back, Bart, if he's back with, let's say, a Marcus Mariota, and you're still going to draft someone, like I could live with that being the quarterback room, but you can't just say, oh, well, Tyrod and a rookie, here we go, because I don't want that rookie to have to play unless he's truly ready to play.
Exactly. So, I mean, I'm with you. That's why Kirk Cousins, especially if you can get Atlanta to take some of that money, then
they might just cut him outright, too, because of just, they could basically spread out the cap hit over a couple of years.
Right. So then you just make the difference up.
Yep.
So we get our Russell Wilson, but a better version of Russell Wilson.
If it's him, a rookie, and again, Mendoza's been comped to Cousins, too, for what it's worth, so maybe that'd be the perfect mentor for him until he's ready to play.
Yeah, exactly. And, Kurt has had to wait, and he know that he would be able to get an opportunity. I think the Jets are going to, do some splashy things in the offseason that's going to make people say, oh, wow, look at the Jets. So
that's what we do, Bart. We win the offseason.
Yeah. I mean, not so much last year because they didn't try to.
That was the first time, and I'm like, well, maybe this is a good thing. And then, nope, it's actually going to be as bad as it's ever been for any first-year Jet coach. No one's ever lost 14 games in their first year. It's only happened 2 other times, and that's where we're headed with
you
this
had
team.
you had the extra game, so you can't count that.
Okay, I mean, even with the extra game, there's 3 and 3-13. Then it's still pretty bad.
Yeah,
not great. 800-919-3776. Charlie D in Bethpage, Long Island is next on Bart and Carlin. Hello, Charlie.
Hey, how you doing, Jake and Bart? Jake, I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Jake, I met you with my buddy Bart from Bethpage a couple times at games and stuff like that. And Bart, you're one of my favorite Jets of all time, man. I'm telling you, I can't thank you enough for that big win in Foxborough. I absolutely love it. Jake, I listen to your show multiple times, all the time. I don't miss your show. And just a couple of things I wanted to ask you is, number one, my main concern, Jake, with all and Bart, with all this, is all the pain we're going through. My fear is that we're going to miss on a quarterback, and we're going to just miss out. And the concern is, how patient is Woody going to be? This is my first question. If our coach if Coach Glenn doesn't get a quarterback, I mean, how much time? You know what I mean? I mean, that's amazing. Without a quarterback, if I was the GM, I would move heaven and earth.
You got Hendon Hooker. You know what I mean? It's funny because I was saying that they should have traded for Hendon Hooker at the beginning of the season. If he's been around and he knew the system, why wouldn't you give him an opportunity to come play? Why wouldn't you draft him and let him be like the third quarterback? So you have a high-end third quarterback. But they didn't do that. But then they did it later. It's like a little bit too late because we didn't get an opportunity to evaluate him, see him play. Instead of Cook, it would have been Hendon and Hooker.
Yeah. Bart, you know what? I was remember when we were good back in that 2009-2010. We had Tom Moore as an offensive, analyst or an offensive whatever mentor. I mean, if I was to take a head coaching position or a new play calling position, to me, it makes sense to maybe have a consultant and a mentor to coach you along the way, because most jobs you have time to
get. Talking about extra?
Somebody. Yeah.
Well, extra. So you're saying maybe extra could have had maybe a consultant, or we don't know what coaching tree he comes from or what beliefs he had, but having a guy like Bruce Arian, to make a couple $100,000 to come and be a consultant.
This, Bart and Jake. Yeah. Why don't they do it? If it was my butt on the line, and I'm in a high-paying job, and I want to be a head coach, why not have a mentor there to help you get another pair of eyes to see things? And Bart, for Pete's sake, they should do it with you. Your football knowledge is at a PhD level when I hear you talk. They should be listening to people that can help them, another pair of eyes, another brain, to help them understand, hey, did you see it this way or that way?
Charlie. Yeah. I mean, I think that's what Mike Pettin does for Kevin O'Connell. People don't really know that, but, yeah, Mike Pettin's up there with Kevin O'Connell and Brian Flores a little bit.
Well, here's the thing, Bart, right? Because I think the caller brings up something I talked about yesterday on the station when I was in for K. You look at Tanner Angster, and I don't know if he's necessarily a good or a bad play caller yet.
I think he's been okay.
Yeah, I agree his hands are tied, but here's the problem. Have you seen who the Jets quarterback coach is that Aaron Glenn hired? Like, again, I don't know this person. Maybe you do. You could fill in why he was the choice. But their QB coach, right? The guy, they said Justin Fields has never been coached up properly. We're going to let him play quarterback. And their quarterbacks coach, who's working with the quarterbacks, is a former Duke running back in Charles London, whose experience is mostly coaching running backs at Duke, Penn State, under the Texans with Bill O'Brien. And then in 2021, that was the first time he became a QB coach for the Falcons. He did it for a year in Tennessee in 23, did it for a year in Seattle in 24. Now he's coaching quarterbacks with the Jets. How is he qualified? What is his reputation that he has that job?
I don't like how that sounds. Like he was in Atlanta. That was a bad place. He was in Tennessee. We know how bad that was. Malik Willis.
He coached Malik Willis.
And did he do the Mayo guy?
Who do you have? In Seattle, he had Geno.
No, I'm talking about the Mayo guy. That's it. Not Willis, the guy who replaced Willis.
The Mayo guy. You guy puts mayo in his coffee. Will Levis.
Yeah, Will Levis.
The Mayo guy. I was like, who are you talking about? I thought you meant Gerard Mayo at first. And I was like, what? But, yeah, I mean, again, I don't know him. Maybe he's super qualified. But when I look at his resume and I hear Aaron Glenn talking about how they're going to coach guys up and you're going to see player development, and that's going to be a hallmark of our team, even after they started 0-7, he then promised we're going to look a lot better in the second half of the year. Big ships take a while to turn. The Lions finished 3-4-1 in their 3-win season. So they showed real improvement that first year. Glenn loved to reference the Lions when he couldn't win a damn game. When I see the coaching staff, he already fired his hand-picked defensive coordinator, and our quarterback coach is a former running back. I have absolutely no faith that this guy has any clue what he's doing.
You talk about guys out there like Josh McCown. Hell, bring in Phil Simms.
Seriously, Chris Simms, right? I mean, give a blank check to Dan Orlovsky, get him off TV. I'll take anyone who actually played quarterback.
I want you to be able to have played well.
I mean, Mark
if you're
Brunell,
going to hire somebody, I want somebody that can actually talk. I'll bring in Mark Brunell or somebody like that. Man.
He was in Detroit. I thought he would be a guy that maybe Glenn would bring with him, but he didn't.
Yeah, I don't know. and he played here. I don't know if I would be bringing Dan Orlovsky. Like,
I'm just saying, at least he played quarterback.
I need you to show me how to do it. Yeah, I need you to show me how you do it. Like, if you're going to be a former quarterback, show me how you did it.
I mean, Kevin O'Connell's a really good head coach. He really didn't do much in the NFL, though, to be fair.
Yeah, but but he went around. He's with a coaching tree that was around for a long time.
That's correct.
I mean? He bounced around, so he's
even like Jordan Palmer, Bart. Like, give him a blank check and say, "Hey, we're going to take Mendoza or more. You're going to work with them privately. We're just going to give you a ton of money so you leave your college QB school that you do."
I would bring in Trent Dilfer.
I would take him in a second. Again, at least he's someone who's coached and has played at a high level, won a Super Bowl. Say whatever you want about it. I get it, but like. Charles London is a former collegiate running back. How is he qualified to be a QB coach for an NFL team?
You tell me.
It's just
I don't know.
You're getting the full Jet experience, Bart. It's Festivus, and I'm airing my grievances with you today because I'm so disgusted with this team. If you couldn't tell,
let it breathe, dog.
Yep, you know. 800-919-3776. More of your calls right now. Let's say hello to Rashad in the Bronx. Who's next? Hello, Rashad.
Hey, Jake. Hey, Bart. All right, so, Jake, I might have to add more to your grievances to make it worse. Sorry about that. So what makes the Jets more pathetic for not getting an interception this whole season is they played Tua twice. That makes it even worse.
Yeah.
They played Tua twice, and you couldn't get that one interception off him. And I also have a question for both of you real quick. What happens first? Jets get an interception, or Jalen Hyatt scores a touchdown?
I mean, that's a good one. Honestly, I'll take Hyatt because I have no faith in the Jet defense getting an interception at this point. Bart, if it hasn't happened now, when's it ever going to happen? I mean, Drake May and Josh Allen are the remaining two quarterbacks they'll face. I mean, good luck.
Yeah. I just hope that all this losing is worth something. You know what I mean? I'm just hoping all this losing, this torment, hope it leads to something where we're like, all right, well, listen, we had this bad season. I hope it's not like the Pelicans or like the Pistons back in the day when they lose and then like, oh, they got the first pick or the second pick or the third pick, and it's like, oh, that dude sucked too. Like the Pistons ended up getting Cade Cunningham, but I forgot the other guy that they had. That they drafted like two guys like first or second. They were horrible. Got a little light-skinned guy with the high-top fade. Not Kelly Hayes or somebody. I think it was Kelly. It was something like that, man. Jeez Christ.
You don't even need to go to a different sport. You could just do the last time the Jets had a top 3 pick, and they took Zach Wilson, and obviously that was doomed from the beginning.
Yeah, I was always from the camp that you pay. I was always from the camp that you pay. That you take Sam Darnold and use the assets to build around him.
Yep.
Because I thought that Sam Darnold was ready to come out of it after 3 years. Then you could improve that offensive line and everything and got weapons. But, yep.
It never stops.
If it was the fifth, we'll always be drunk.
Let
me tell these people. You want me to tell these people about Samwell?
Please tell them all about Samwell.
Let's tell them about Samwell because I think they sciatic, everything flaring up. I'm sure they all messed up, man. I'm telling you. It's football season, as you guys know. You should be out here enjoying every play, every tailgate, every moment. I understand that's blasphemous for me to even say that out here with what we're dealing with. But if you're dealing with neck pain, you probably got that. Back pain, joint pain, sciatica, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. That's where Dr. Shaw comes in at Samwell Pain. He's Jersey's top pain specialist, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and dedicated to getting you back in the game. Here's the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication, just precise, non-surgical, image-guided treatments that gets real results. Dr. Shaw treats everything from neck pain, back pain, and this one is important, migraines, nerve pain, and chronic joint pain, and he builds a custom game plan that is right for you. Same-day or next-day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. And, yes, most major insurances are accepted, so don't let pain keep you down on the sidelines this season. Go to SamwellPain.com, call, text, or book online. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today. Are we back after this? Are we going to break?
We're going to break.
Okay.
Matt Babaka was sleeping on the job here. He's too much
Come on,
eggnog.
Baca. Come on, man.
More coming up. Audio files. Bart Carlin, Jake Asman in for Chris. He's Bart Scott. I'm Jake Asman. It's ESPN New York.
Knicks fans, it's time to hit the court with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. Download the BetMGM app today and add a boost of excitement to every New York game day with same-day parlays, live betting options, player props, boosted odds specials, and the best daily promotions in the business. With the BetMGM app at your fingertips, you can experience the excitement of betting on your favorite players and get in on all the blue and orange action as your New York Knicks drive the lane. Find out why basketball fans love BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem in New York? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. During the More to Move You event, lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-30 2.5S all-wheel drive for $159 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely, choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN SM839072. MSRP $26,690. Zero security deposit. Ends 1/2/26.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Friends, it's football season, the best time of the year. You should be out there tailgating, cheering on your team, and enjoying every Sunday. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. You don't have to live like that. There's help. Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain is New Jersey's top pain specialist. He's Ivy League trained, double board certified, and is dedicated to helping you get back in the game. Here's what makes the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical image-guided procedures that deliver real results. Dr. Shaw treats neck pain, back pain, joint pain, migraines, nerve pain, and sciatica with a plan that's customized for you. Same-day and next-day appointments are available, and with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, relief is always close. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Visit SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Most major insurances are accepted. That's SandwellPain.com. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply.
For over 100 years, Slomin's has been your trusted partner in comfort. When it comes to home heating oil, we deliver more than just quality fuel. We deliver peace of mind. With price protection, automatic deliveries, 24/7 service, and up to 30 days to pay your invoice. Our dedicated team is just a call away, ensuring you stay warm and comfortable all winter long. Slomin's, New York and New Jersey's largest heating oil provider, proudly serving our community for generations. Give us a call today at 866-GET-HEAT or visit oil.slomins.com.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
Clinton Yates here, and the holidays are upon us, full of gatherings, toasts, and plenty of cheer. And if you're like me, you want every moment to shine. That's why I head to Total Wine & More, where you'll find it all at the lowest prices, from rich whiskeys and smooth tequilas to festive liqueurs and elegant champagnes. And if you're not sure what to grab, their guides will help you find bottles that impress. You'll always find what you love and love what you find, only at Total Wine & More. Spirits not sold in Virginia and North Carolina. Drink responsibly. Be 21.
Bart Carlin on Festivus. Jake Asman in for Chris Carlin. Bart Scott is here. Bart, the first time I've worked with you personally, but I've seen you.
Who knew? It's almost like we do all the time.
It's crazy. I mean, Marconi award-winning stuff. The picture behind you, though, I have to ask, because I've seen it on the YouTube before. We're streaming on YouTube. Last day we're streaming on YouTube for just this year. We'll be back on January 2nd, though, so some people thought that YouTube was going away. It is not. I want to make that clear. But what is this, like, red, yellowish, black, like, picture behind you? Because your head's blocking it, but I'm very intrigued.
So I like Romero Brito. So this Romero Brito, for people that go down to Miami, he's a Brazilian sculptor / artist. He's Brazilian. So, like, this reminds me of my mom in Mahogany. So if I move my head, you can see the curly afro. Clearly it's a ethnic person. And reminded me of my mom, a picture that she had when I was a kid. So I bought it, and it's like weird because when I'm sitting in the middle of it, it looks like it's part of my hair. It's my afro or something.
That's why I was intrigued. It's a cool piece. Are you a big art guy, or this is just a special piece to you?
I got an art collection a little bit. You know what I mean?
Like Steve Cohen, he bought a big golden toilet apparently, or did he sell it? I forget what the story was.
Oh, did he buy it from the Trump place? Is that what it is?
I Google it because I remember this was a story a couple months ago.
And gold is really soft though too. So a gold toilet, I don't know if that feels good.
Oh, he sold it. 18-karat gold toilet.
He sold that because gold's so high. If it's real gold, you melt that thing down. That's probably worth a couple, $200,000-$300,000.
You want to take a guess what he sold it for? What the price reportedly was?
$500,000.
Keep going.
$1 million.
Keep going. Way higher.
Oh, $5 million. Because that's what I'm saying. You melt that thing down, brother.
Way higher.
$10 million.
A little higher.
$15 million.
$12 million.
That's because the price of gold, I guarantee the person that bought it melted that crap down because gold is so high because we print money too much.
Now, if you're a Met fan who has $12 million, would you want to buy a gold toilet from Steve Cohen?
Only if I can melt it down and get 13.
You don't want to do the business on the same toilet where the owner of your favorite baseball team did his?
I just don't really want calcium and deposit. And I mean, it's gold, so you couldn't get corrosion. But, you know, I'd be sitting there. I asked to use his bathroom, and he'd look up, and the back of his toilet had been chipped away. Take me a nice little nugget.
I love it. Audio files coming up. Let's get to a couple calls, though, and we'll get to that in just a bit. Let's say hello to John on Long Island, who's up next on Bart and Carlin. Hello, John.
Hi, guys. Bart, big fan. I love watching you on the SNY. That you and Willie and other guys are great. And, of course, when you played with Rex, that was just awesome. But anyway, 69 years old. I always say the curse of Joe Namath made me a Jet fan, and I've been suffering ever since. Here's my thoughts. I like the Kirk Cousins idea a lot, or, Kyler Murray. I would draft a kid. I mean, even if he's a little raw, let him sit on the bench. What do you guys think about Chad Pennington as a quarterback's coach? I mean, the guy is very cerebral. He was a Jet. And I always thought if he had the talent, he'd have been a superstar. But obviously, he didn't have the arm talent.
Yeah, he's always up here, right? He's part of our Legends community. Him and Tony Richardson kind of heads it for our chapter. But I think he's coaching Kentucky football, 8-man football or something down there.
He's coaching his kid, Bart. So I had Chad on my show at the Combine last year, and I asked him, hey, would you ever be interested in coaching? Because Jet fans, they constantly are bringing up Chad as a QB coach option, right? And he said he wouldn't do it until his kids are through college because he's coaching his kids in high school. Cole is somewhere right now. I know he transferred. He was originally at Marshall, so he's got a couple kids that are playing high-level college football that I think he wants to see through, and then maybe consider coaching.
So that's kind of where I'm at. Just if my kids don't play sports. I mean, they play sports, but they don't play at that level. So that's kind of where I'm at. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of making sure I'm a dad first because you do so much for your kids. You don't want to take that time away.
So I'm rocking the Bart Scott jersey right now, but my first ever Jets jersey was a number 10 Chad Pennington jersey.
He was good. Listen, he was a good player, but just
when he was
the
healthy, they
injuries,
made the playoffs.
The injuries and the arm strength. I went against him with the kitty cat.
Yeah,
When
Chad
he was in Miami in the playoffs.
Yeah, that was.
I thought I killed him one time.
I was going to say, didn't you guys crushed him that game?
Yeah, I thought I killed him.
2008 season. Yeah,
I thought I was gonna get a fine for how I hit him.
I don't remember the play. I have to look it up now during the break.
Oh yeah. I hit him with the hot sauce.
Well, at that time I was rooting against him, so I'm very happy to hear that. More calls. Eddie in Florida is up next on Bart in Carlin. Hello, Eddie.
Hey, how you doing, guys? My jet cred is I'm from the Kutztown area, so I've been around since Bruce Harper was our punt returner, and those were actually glory days for me.
Oh, the Blair Underwood?
What's that?
The Blair Underwood? Not Blair Underwood.
No, Blair Thomas.
Blair Thomas. Yeah, Blair Thomas.
Blair Thomas looked very sleepy on Sunday. I don't know if you ever look at pictures of Blair. Blair looked like he didn't get enough sleep the night before.
He's hanging out with LT.
I know. If you ever see a picture, Blair looked half asleep on Sunday. But he's a great guy, nice guy. He still lives in Philly. Let me ask you. I got 3 points here, guys. One, the biggest disgrace of all is we owe close to what? At least 4 to 5 years of our misery because Woody farmed out the biggest decisions about a ball club to people like Peyton Manning and Tannenbaum. That just shows you Woody's not a football guy.
Well, it was Charlie Cassidy that set him up for the banana into tailpipe.
Ron
when they do this stuff, they always end up circling back to the circle of trust, three degrees of separation. It usually ends up with the person that they know, somebody in their coaching tree or something like that. But it's supposed to be an objective search.
Well, here's the thing, Bart. This is the first time that Woody Johnson was a part of a coach and GM search in a decade since Todd Bowles and Mike McCagdy. Because if you remember, when Adam Gase was hired, Woody was the ambassador in London. Christopher Johnson was running the team then. And after they hired Gase, and then, of course, McCagdy gets fired, Gase oversaw hiring Douglas, but Chris was the owner then. And then Douglas ultimately was able to hire Saleh. That was his pick. That's how it was set up for the GM to hire the coach he wanted. So Woody has not been involved in a true coaching search until this past offseason. So for all the Jet fans saying, Woody, get rid of Glenn right now, one, there's the financial stuff, but I just think there's also the attachment to Glenn. I think Woody truly believes he got the guy. He's connected to this player that he knew. He's talked about that. He says he gives him a hug every day. I'd love to know what happens after that hug at 8:05 for Aaron Glenn, what he does after that. But my point being, he's super connected to this coach. I don't think he wants to pull the plug yet, but Woody's patience, who knows how long he'll actually be patient if this team does not start winning some games next year. Because, again, they finished with 3 wins this year, and they don't show real improvement the following year. Say they go from 3 wins to 6 wins. Talking about 9 wins through 2 years, you're not going to get a third year. There's no way. And the job would be attractive if you have those 3 first-round picks and all the cap space to actually get a different candidate to come in.
It's clear that he was very vocal about the decision to play the quarterback. He was definitely not feeling that. And he jumped off of that train really quickly.
You're talking about with Aaron Rodgers?
No. With Justin Fields.
Oh, you're saying with Fields this year. Yeah. I mean, again, when Woody came out and said, if we could just complete a pass, it would look good, and just ripped Fields, does he question his head coach at all? I mean, the head coach is the one who signed him to a $30 million guaranteed contract.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I think it came, and that's when the decision, I think, to trade all the pieces and stuff, we're like, hey, this is the new plan. This is what we're going to do. This is what we have available, and sold them on that. Like, hey, since we already lost 7, let's go ahead and figure things out. And we have to move to plan B. This was plan A, and then he probably said, oh, well, these were all Robert Saleh players, blah, 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 blah. But
just
you decided
don't let go of the rope.
Grab that rope, Bart. Don't let go.
Yeah, listen, it's still, nobody understands unless you're a part of the media or the fan base when the Lions were going through it. So we don't know what these days look like for them when he was answering these questions as well. But what I don't want Aaron Glenn to do is to think just because it worked out for the Lions because that's why I was glad he stepped in, because it seemed like before he was staying with Wilks too long because he was thinking he was seeing himself in Wilks and thinking about when people were calling for his job and when Campbell stayed with him. So I think that's what, he saw himself. He's projecting. And I think finally it just couldn't be denied anymore. I think, we don't know if the reports are true that, things were happening where the players in there weren't happy with the game plan and what they were doing and, blase split. That's old school. That's Detroit. Blase split.
Let's say hello to Sean in Queens, who's up next on Bart and Carlin. Jake Asman in for Chris. What's up, Sean?
What's up, man? Hey, listen, I got a bone to pick with two of you guys, but I really got a bone to pick with Bart, man.
I feel. Is this with the Knicks?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah. Well, we could talk about the Knicks, but nah, this ain't the Knicks. Come on, Bart, playboy. Come on, man. You've been playing in the NFL too long, man. Don't allow this brother, the co-host on there, to assassinate what Aaron Glenn's doing, man. He's trying to say that Aaron Glenn hired a running backs coach. You know them position coaches go from position to position in the NFL. Don't do that. John Harbaugh was a special teams coach.
Yeah, but Harbaugh didn't.
Bill, hold on. Bill was a special teams coach. Bill was a special teams coach, and then Bill Parcells brought him up to a defensive coach. And Lawrence Taylor just said it on the podcast. Who the hell is this guy to be the defensive head coach? Defensive coordinator for our team.
No.
But I'm saying, but listen what I'm saying. Just give me a second. I know you're gonna cut me off.
I ain't gonna cut you off.
Don't allow them to assassinate these guys that's moving up from position to position to position, man. Kyle Shanahan was the daggone the son of Mike. And what qualified him to be an offensive coordinator because he was his son?
No, we talked about nepotism. We talked about nepotism. We talked about how former athletes and players don't get the same love because they want them to pay their dues. And I would say, that my dues are the fact that I put work and I got DNA in these fields. We're not assassinating the fact that he promoted a running backs coach to quarterbacks coach. What we're saying is that when you don't have a good quarterback, you probably want somebody that either coached quarterbacks before or somebody that was a good quarterback to kind of mentor this person, right? Because you want somebody with a specialty, not somebody that can. It's one thing because you know the position and say, hey man, we doing a hard 7 or a short 5 step drop. But it's a lot better when somebody can grab the football and show you how it's done. You know what I mean? We all have guys like, Mark Carrier was coaching the defensive line. He was a great safety. We understand that. But when you talk about the nuance of the position and you don't have a veteran guy that kind of knows things already, then maybe it's some essential things that if you played the position can help you out. That's why people look at Josh McCown coaching the quarterbacks coach there, because he's qualified, because he's had to do those things. He's had to make those decisions, and he knows what goes into those decisions. Now,
Bingo.
So that's pretty much what he's saying. Now, it's one thing if he's already ready. You know what I mean? It's another thing if he's already ready and you're getting a guy that's a good quarterback. But when you got somebody that's struggling, somebody like Justin Fields that's yet to ever play at a high level.
Bart, they said they were going to coach up Justin Fields. So when we're evaluating Aaron Glenn, my point was he already admitted he made a huge mistake with Steve Wilkes. Good. I give him credit for recognizing that mistake. He better not make the same one. But we were talking about the direction of the Jets going forward. Aaron Glenn says they have a plan. He's preaching patience. And part of my argument why, as a diehard Jet fan who suffers like everyone else watching this team, I don't have a lot of confidence in this head coach is because he's been wrong about almost everything, including being able to coach up Justin Fields and let him play quarterback. And when you look at the QB coach for the Jets, with a first-time offensive coordinator as well, they were in charge of coaching up Fields. The QB coach is a former college running back who hasn't coached quarterbacks that long and has no quarterback he could point to on his resume that was actually any good. So everything comes under fire when you're about to go 3-14 in your first year. It's not a character assassination to say Aaron Glenn's done a bad job, because he has.
Yeah, but so that's listen, that comes with territory. But I don't think we're assassinating the
I'm rooting
coach.
for him. He's the Jet coach, but I'm not going to sit here and blindly grab onto the rope and believe in this plan that he's selling us. I've heard every Jet coach since the end of Rex try and sell me on a plan. Win games. That should be your only plan. Win football games. Stop telling us about a plan and actually do something about it. You have 3 wins. Enough.
Yeah, listen, you are what your record says you are. So it's one of those things, man. So it'd be interesting to see what this offseason, that's all we got to lean on, what this offseason is about, because we know that, 9 times – people talk about, they'll lose the next 2 games. But if they win, I think people will be even more disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, look, real quick at this because I know we're up against it. I'm someone who understands losing would be better, but I think there's a fundamental problem when you're outscored the way they have been outscored these last 3, right? It's one thing to lose.
You want to be Cleveland. You want to be Cleveland.
Exactly, or how even the Saints are playing is what we thought the Jets would be, getting better as the year goes on. They look like the worst team in the league at the beginning of the year. Now they're showing some real growth. They've won games against division opponents. The Jets' 3 wins are against 3 bad quarterbacks and needed like a miracle special teams performance in the Browns game, 2 return touchdowns just to win that one. Like that's the thing. We wanted to see real progress because that's what the coach promised we'd see after they started 0-7 and they pivoted, and we haven't seen any of that. He's Bart. I'm Jake. In for Carlin. It's Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and the ESPN New York app.
Boxing is back at Madison Square Garden on Saturday, January 31st for the Ring 6. Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. Power meets precision on boxing's biggest stage. This is one fight you won't want to miss. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com and watch every round live exclusively on DAZN.
D'Agostino & Associates is a legacy firm, and I'm proud to be a part of that legacy. I'm Jenna D'Agostino, and like my father, I fight to get justice for the injured.
The hustle and grit of these streets shaped me. I'm John D'Agostino, and from the concrete to the courtroom, I built this injury firm 35 years ago to get accident victims justice. So call my team first, 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
You want justice? Think Jenna D'Agostino. Think D'Agostino & Associates. Justice isn't just a word. For us, it's a way of life. It's having compassion for your struggle and getting you paid for your pain. Now that's justice. D'Agostino & Associates means being there for the injured.
Seriously injured? Call my team first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. D'Agostino & Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and will come to you. I've been there, and I'll be there for you.
D'Agostino Law Bite Back.
Discover a driving experience crafted to inspire. At Garden City Mazda, exceptional design and sophisticated performance come together. During the Mazda More to Move You sales event, lease the 2025 Mazda CX-5 for $229 a month for 33 months. Or the 2025 Mazda CX-50 for $239 a month for 33 months. Both with $49.95 to its signing. It's the Mazda More to Move You sales event at Garden City Mazda. At Garden City Mazda, expect the exceptional.
Why do you go to Princeton Longevity Center?
We go to Princeton Longevity Center because my husband's cardiologist told him having this exam saved his life.
Because somehow 20 turned into 40, and now I need to take my health more seriously. The Princeton Longevity Center designed a program to keep me healthy and active, so 50 and 60 will be no sweat.
Because even though my cholesterol is high, it turned out my arteries are clear. That's a big relief.
Whether you want to make the most of your future years or just want peace of mind, you need the Princeton Longevity Center. Their comprehensive preventive exam combines the latest technology with caring experts to create your personal plan for staying well.
Because I shouldn't have to wait an hour for a 10-minute physical. I go to Princeton Longevity Center because I get everything done in one day and take my results home with me.
Find out why you need Princeton Longevity. Call 888-8000-PLC or go to PrincetonLongevityCenter.com. Call 888-8000-PLC. That's 888-8000-PLC.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Too much on your list this season? Get 50% off your first 6 months of payroll at gusto.com/radio. Gusto saves you 2 days every month on payroll, taxes, and compliance. So you can go from making payroll to making gingerbread houses, checking your books to decking the halls, spreadsheets to snow angels. Switch before the end of the year and there's no need to transfer payroll history. Now that's a reason to be merry. Choose a future with Gusto and get more time for what matters. For a limited time, get 50% off your first 6 months at gusto.com/radio.
This new year, get started on your next success with University of Maryland Global Campus. An accredited state university, UMGC offers online and hybrid classes, along with more than 135 skills-based degrees and certificates in fields like business, cybersecurity, healthcare, and more. Gain the skills you need to achieve your career goals. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start January 7th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
Bart Carlin right here on ESPN New York. It's time right now for Game Time, which is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. 6 p.m., the St. John's Red Storm host the Nerds from Harvard. I added that first part. Harvard Crimson at Carnesecca Arena. Coverage at 5:40 on the ESPN New York app. 7 o'clock, the Rangers are in Washington, D.C. to play the Capitals. Coverage begins at 6:30 on 1050 ESPN. Also on the ice at 7, the Islanders host the Devils at UBS Arena. In the NBA, 7 o'clock, Nets are in Philly to play the 76ers. 8 o'clock, the Knicks, who are resting a bunch of guys tonight, a little load management special, including Jalen Brunson. They are in Minnesota to play the Timberwolves. Coverage begins at 7:30 right here on 880 ESPN. Brunson has the ankle injury management, is what they're calling it officially, for the Knicks. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Jake Asman in for Chris Carlin alongside Bart Scott. So, Bart, I told you that the Pro Bowl announcement by the NFL was made for the rosters. The Giants have one player, Brian Burns, and that's it. The Jets have 0 Pro Bowlers. Would you like to take a guess on the 2 other teams in the NFL that also have no Pro Bowl players?
Yeah, sure. Arizona and the Saints.
You got one. The Saints have no Pro Bowlers, but there's another team, and this team I think would surprise you. But
Hold on, whoa. Arizona has a Pro Bowler?
They do.
Buda Baker?
Let me check for you. I don't have the roster up in front of me.
Oh, McBride is a beast. My bad.
Trey McBride.
My bad.
Yep.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, he a beast. Take another guess. Let's see, because I'm pretty good at this type of stuff.
This will surprise you because, I mean, they're a well-known team with a lot of their players.
It's not going to be the Dallas Cowboys.
It is not the Cowboys. Yep.
So let me see. Sometimes I just have to pull everything up and look at my. It's not going to be Atlanta because they got Bijan. It won't be. Oh, probably Washington.
It is not Washington.
What? All right. So that's 2 strikes. I get 3 strikes, right?
Yeah, one more.
Okay, it's not. Okay, it's not. Man, you could go Carolina, but I'm not going to pick Carolina because they should find somebody. Minnesota maybe. No. Kansas City. Oh, well, no, because Chris Jones is going to go as a. No, it could be Kansas City. Hold on. Give me 1 second before I go final answer.
Want a hint?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Kansas City. It's either Kansas City or Miami.
It is neither Kansas City or Miami. Kansas City, by the way, Kelsey, he got the most votes of any player. The Taylor Swift effect.
Man, that's the Swifties, man. Quit playing. That's like Yao Ming going to the All-Star game. Even today, he still voted in.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's the Minnesota Vikings,
Raiders.
though. No,
you
got the color right. The Vikings. Yeah, so get this. They had 6 Pro Bowl players a year ago, 0 this year.
Hold up, Justin Jefferson, no bueno?
Nope, didn't make it.
Like it should be a Lifetime Achievement Award where he just go just because.
He's getting the Garrett Wilson type of season.
Man, that's how bad J.J. McCarthy has been.
And when he was hurt, they had Wentz and then Max Brosmer, who was still good enough to beat the Giants on Sunday. Disgusting.
And he's been a great, like, he hasn't complained once. He hasn't complained. He's tried to work with him, and J.J. McCarthy apologized. It's crazy. They still got 7 wins, but they you talk about somebody they overcooked the grits. Them believing letting Sam Darnold go and letting Danny Dimes go and believing that this kid was ready to go and putting all that faith after they spent all that money to fix the offensive line and the defensive line, spent all that money to get not even a playoff berth at it, to finish 4th in their division. crazy work.
Crazy.
And how crazy is that? They got 7 wins. And they're going to finish last in their division.
Yeah, and you know what? For as bad as McCarthy looked early, he's 5-4 this year as a starter. So it hasn't been, completely terrible. It's been a lot better of late. We'll see what his injury is.
He ain't the guy to take him to the Super Bowl because this is the thing. They can't improve their team too much more.
Right, their window's right now.
They've already spent a bunch of money and they pushed all their chips to the middle, so he can't play that much more better. You know what I mean? And maybe he will get a chance. They'll get a chance at the tournament if he was in the AFC, in the NFC South. But man, he in the East where no matter what, how good they are, they're the best team that could win another team's division.
Yep, not wrong about that. Let's squeeze in a call here before we get to the top of the hour. We'll do audio files in the 12 o'clock hour. That's an executive decision by the great Matt Boombaka. Let's say hello to Bobby in Vermont, who's up next on Bart and Carlin. Hello, Bobby.
Hi, Jake. How you doing?
Bobby.
I get to speak to Bart Scott.
I think
you're a great,
My pleasure.
Great player. You're a great player, and Jake's a great. This guy is the greatest host ever.
That's right.
I think.
That's right.
Yeah.
Your check's in the mail,
because
Bob.
So, Bart Scott, I want to ask you a question.
Sure.
Do you think the Giants will get the guy from Notre Dame, the coach from Notre Dame?
Marcus Freeman?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I don't know. You talk about the Giants have gone down this road a lot, unproven commodities, first-time head coaches. It really hasn't worked out. I think they maybe have to go get a coach that has been proven. Now, I know Bobby Saleh. Y'all got us guys call him Robert Saleh or Bobby Saleh. I don't know why y'all – I guess Robert and Bobby is short for each other. But maybe him, Mike McCarthy.
That'd be the guy I'd look at.
I've been saying Mike McCarthy for a while. I think he gets – John Harbaugh maybe. We was talking about
Yep.
this is the thing, right? Is Tomlin safe?
I for the life of me, I don't understand how you could fire a guy who.
But is he safe? Because this is the thing.
I think he's safe. Yes.
Let's say he wins the division. If he's one and done, does that even matter?
Who are you hiring that is better than Mike Tomlin, though?
Listen, who did you hire that was better than Andy Reid?
It took them a while, though. They went through the Chip Kelly era in between all that.
What I'm saying is sometimes it's just time. And it's best for everybody.
That's fair. And if Mike Tomlin were to be available, that should be the number one target for the Giants because the Giants need to get out of the Ertz core that they've been stuck in, right? Like that. This is my argument for the Jets a year ago. Why I preferred an experienced coach. I wanted McCarthy for them.
Right.
It's just
all he does is win 12 games. Well, if you're going to sit here and you're going to beat the drum for Mike Tomlin, the resume of Mike Tomlin, McCarthy, Sean Payton, and John Harbaugh is about the same. They both got one Super Bowl win and a lot of playoff and a lot of regular season wins.
And
so
they've all been to just Tomlin's been the two.
Right.
But McCarthy and Payton and Harbaugh, not only have they all had one Super Bowl win, Bart, they've never been back either.
Yeah. And it's like the win percentage I think is maybe 10. Somebody might have 10 more wins than somebody else, but they're relatively the same resume. What it is McCarthy looks like Streck, he's a big burly guy, look like aloof, and that's why people treat him like that. You know what I'm saying? Tomlin got the witty catchphrases and lines, and Harbaugh is a legacy guy, stoic and tough guy, and all that stuff. But they're the same not the same person, but the resume is the same.
Yeah, I totally agree. I remember a couple of years ago, someone had a line on my radio show in Houston that Sean Payton is just skinny Mike McCarthy, because at the time their resumes were identical. And
yeah,
Sean Payton is skinny McCarthy, and obviously Mike McCarthy went to Dallas and he won 12 games. 3 of his 5 years there. The only years he didn't was when Dak Prescott was hurt. So I'm with you. I fully endorse McCarthy as a candidate and should be the guy that gets the Giants job. More on the Giants next hour. We'll get to more of your calls. We got audio files as well. He's Bart Scott. I'm Jake Asman. It's Bart and Carlin till 2 today on ESPN New York and the ESPN New York app.
Knicks fans, it's time to hit the court with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. Download the BetMGM app today and add a boost of excitement to every New York game day with same-day parlays, live betting options, player props, boosted odds specials, and the best daily promotions in the business. With the BetMGM app at your fingertips, you can experience the excitement of betting on your favorite players and get in on all the blue and orange action as your New York Knicks drive the lane. Find out why basketball fans love BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem in New York? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off and to wear a helmet when she rides her bicycle. You do so much to keep your child safe. But are you using the right car seat for your child? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the right seat.
Sponsored by the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for three.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Hurry! It's our last chance to donate for 2025.
Donate your car today. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2025. Last chance! Donate now for a 2025 tax deduction.
Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian is always in pursuit of a better way to heal the spine. We're getting more people moving again with minimally invasive, non-surgical, and surgical treatments with innovative solutions for every back and spine condition and your unique needs. Expert spine care is available now across New York City and Westchester. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Bart Carlin right here on ESPN New York. Jake Asman in for Chris Carlin. Bart, you know what time it is, right?
Absolutely, I know what time it is. It's my time. You want to hear me say it?
Oh,
you got to team me up. You got to say it's hour 3 of the Bart and Carlin show.
Show me the ropes. My first time, so I say hour 3 of the Bart and Carlin show.
Yeah, Carlin forgets all the time. And what does that mean, Bart?
Hey, Bart, what does that mean?
It's the power hour, 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 hour. It's the power hour.
I love it. It was an honor to be a part of that. Just scintillating.
It's all good, man. I mean, we haven't talked about your Knicks at all. I mean, you said you had a major problem with me. What's the beef?
You know, I just don't like the way you talk about Jalen Brunson. I don't think you truly believe that he's one of the best players in the NBA.
I am a fan of Jalen Brunson. See, this is like people saying, like, oh, man, he's as good as Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is a star now. He's not a superstar anymore. Paul George, you act like I'm calling him Paul George.
What are you calling him? Where would you rank Jalen Brunson amongst his peers?
He's out of the top 10.
I think he's a top 10 player.
Okay. Name me 10 players that's not as good as Jalen Brunson.
Now we have to really put up a list here, or pull up a list and think about it. Again,
you think he's top 10?
Well, yeah, I do. Name me players you think are better than Brunson. Why don't we do it that way?
Oh, you want me to do it?
Yeah.
I have no problem doing it.
Let's see where the ultimate disagreement is.
I mean, because right now, I understand who he is, but I'm still taking. I like Cade Cunningham future. Maybe not right now, but next year we'll be saying Cade Cunningham's better than Jalen.
Well, we're
Brunson.
talking right now, and Brunson head-to-head already won a playoff series against him.
Man, come on, man! Don't give me who won the playoff series was a better player. How many times? So we gonna say Michael Jordan wasn't as good as Larry Bird because he lost to him 3-4 times? Come on, man!
Look, over the course of time,
or Jordan wasn't better than Isaiah when he had the whole team checking him.
It's not the end all be all, but I think it's part of. If you're saying right now Cade Cunningham's a better player than Jalen Brunson, I disagree. If you want to tell me in 5 years he could be, okay, I could listen to that.
Well, what if you were robbed? But anyway, I digress. Let's just go ahead. We'll start with the Boston Celtics. He's not better than Jaylen Brown or Tatum.
I believe I'd take him over Brown.
Come on, man. Okay, you'll take him over the MVP of the finals, and they play head to head. And come on, man.
They play head to head, and
come on, man.
So,
all right, see, we off already. All right, is he better? Is he okay?
I'll give you Tatum. I think that's fair. Tatum, I think has proven to this point.
Tatum, but no Brown.
I would take Brown. I would take Brunson. I would.
Man, you crazy. All right, Jokic.
Absolutely not. Jokic, I think.
Ant-Man.
No.
Shea Gilly.
No.
Luka.
No.
Kevin Durant.
Well, I get, you know what?
Oh, my God.
I mean, he's 37 years old.
He's better. I don't care if he's 1,000. He's better than Kevin Durant.
He's 37 years old.
I don't care how old he is. LeBron damn near won an MVP a couple years ago. What is that? What does 37 years old mean?
I get it. I just you want to say Durant, okay, but, I mean, is Durant going to be healthy? He's always breaking down.
Oh, my God. Here we go.
That's his history. That's what the Rocket fans are asking.
All right. Wemby.
Wemby's better. Although,
oh, God.
Yeah, I mean, look, who would I rather have, obviously, long-term? Of course, you would say Victor Wembanyama. But if we're talking right now, it goes back to
Right now, if Wemby didn't hurt his feet, he's probably the most dominating person in the NBA.
I would say I would take Wemby. But, again, I think you're going to struggle to find 10. I think Brunson's proven to be that level of player now.
What number am I on right now?
I think you're at 6, but I'm bad at math.
Let's go to Phoenix. Devin Booker.
I would take Brunson.
Oh, God. Okay.
What has Devin Booker proven?
What is? I mean, he went to a finals. Have Brunson went to a finals?
He went to a conference finals.
Huh?
He went to a conference finals.
No, they went to the finals.
I'm saying Brunson at least has been to a conference finals.
No, he went to the finals.
I mean, now Ray in my ear said that Brunson went to the finals with Dallas. He wasn't on that team.
Yeah, he wasn't on that team. That's what I'm saying.
Brunson has not been to an NBA Finals, and yes, Booker has. But I mean, that was a way better team than any team Brunson has been on.
Oh my God! But then you got the nerve to say that what happened with Cade Cunningham. Okay, is he better than the Greek Freak?
He is not.
Is he better than Donovan Mitchell?
I would take Jalen Brunson over Donovan Mitchell. Absolutely.
See, I wouldn't. So that puts him about 10. I mean, you don't like. I think Tatum and Brown are better than him. You don't believe so. So I give you that. So, but for me, my adding up is 2. And I tell you what, Maxey's on his heels.
Jalen Brunson's better than Tyrese Maxey.
I say he's on his heels.
He's not better than him though. We're talking right now.
I know. I'm saying he's on his heels. I got 2 right with Boston. I got Jokic, Edwards, that's 4. Shea Gilly, that's 5. I got Luka, that's 6. I got Booker, that's 7. I got Curry, that's 8. I got Wemby, that's 9. And
even you being down on him, though, relative to me, he's still pretty close to your top 10.
Giannis, that's 10.
So Brunson would be 11 then.
Yeah.
And we disagree on a couple of those guys.
I mean, and I didn't even go Kawhi because when Kawhi is healthy, which is never, you know what I mean, Kawhi, I would play with Kawhi.
If I'm getting Toronto Kawhi, sure.
And if we didn't have Embiid injured,
Brunson, I think, is a better player than Embiid.
Yeah, I got you. This year, but just a year and a half ago, he was the MVP.
Sure, but if we're talking right now, that's what I'm saying. Because Brunson a couple years ago wasn't as good of a player as he now is.
Bon Carroll's on his heels.
See, every time people bring up a player that's on Brunson's heels and they play, Jalen Brunson outplays them, and it continues to be the better player in all these matchups.
Well, Jalen Brunson is the point guard, so he has the ball all the time.
Yeah, but he's also a dynamic scorer, and he wins. He's a great player.
I mean, we make the comparison with him.
47
and
the other night.
Did you ever pull up what Brunson averages this year? And I know that's not the ultimate. It's not the ultimate deciding.
He's
factor.
averaging 29.1 points per game.
Okay, how many assists?
21.9 points, 6.6 assists per game.
Okay, 6.6 assists. How many rebounds?
3.4.
3.4. Okay, so if I tell you this player averages 26.5, 6.3 rebounds, and 9.2 assists, would you say that is comparable or arguably better or just as good as stats?
I know you're pulling up Cade Cunningham, and I get it. I need to see more from Cade.
And his team is what?
His team's great, but I just watched the Knicks go and beat them in a playoff series, and I think the Knicks have an improved team.
You saw the Pistons get robbed on a call on a foul on a 3-point shot, and we don't really know. We can't confirm nor deny that Beasley won point shaving. And they played without Stu Beef, who was their best guy, who got injured, and Jake Ivey.
Again, I think you're too hard on Brunson.
Okay, so Halliburton.
That's fine.
Okay, so Halliburton's better then because he beat Brunson head to head.
Yeah, again, I said
no. I'm asking.
I don't think he is. I said it's a factor though. It's not the end all be all.
And I mean, you talk about what hasn't Donovan Mitchell done that Jalen Brunson has done. Who got more All-Star games?
Donovan Mitchell, from the beginning of his career, was better than Brunson. Brunson's been a guy that has had significant player development in his career. That's the difference. That's why, if we're talking right now, I think it's a difference. Because I think Brunson this year has even been a level up of what he was last year when he was an All-NBA player.
And Donovan Mitchell is doing what?
Is Cleveland having that good of a year? They're not. We'll see them on Christmas. He's averaging 30.7 with 4.5 rebounds and 5.4 assists. But again, I just think you're –
what I'm saying is he's a star. He's not a superstar. Superstar is reserved for special groups, and people get upset when I say he's just a star, which I don't understand why.
I think there's maybe 3 – by your definition, it sounds like maybe 3 or 4 superstars in the league.
Maybe 5, right?
Jokic,
Tatum, Shea Gilly, Ant-Man, Curry, Durant. Oh, I didn't even say Durant. So he's at 12.
I wouldn't take Durant over Brunson.
Man,
right
you are crazy, man.
He's averaging less points. He's also
points is not the end-all, be-all.
Well, you brought up Cade for points. That was your argument for him.
No, I was just giving you. I brought up points, assists because you would think the little guy has more assists, but Cade averages 3 more assists than Brunson.
Well, I'll tell you what, Bart. You got the phone lines buzzing. So
I mean, it's the truth. Like, listen, there's nothing wrong with being a star. What the hell is wrong with being a star?
Because I think at this point, the way he is currently playing, and he's already taken a team to a conference finals a year ago and was the best player on that team and clutch and hit all these shots and was the clutch player of the year, I think that's a superstar to me.
Who are we playing? We playing the Eastern Conference.
They were up 3-1 before Tatum got hurt. The defending NBA champs.
What I'm saying is we playing the Eastern Conference.
I get it.
Wacky D conference. Come on, man. The East is a joke. He's a star. Superstars reserved. Like if I asked you, this is what makes it so much easier for you. If I asked you who's the superstar quarterbacks in the NFL, who would you say?
Well, it's a different sport, though. But, yeah, I can give you that.
No, it's not a different sport.
Josh Allen, Lamar, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow.
Right, and you would say Herbert is a star, right? He's not a superstar yet. We haven't seen enough.
Honestly, you know what you need to do? People do the QB tiers. You should do NBA star tiers because I think there's different tiers to this, right? Like that to me is a better way of kind of breaking down where you have a particular NBA superstar versus star. Do it by tiers.
My point. Well, Brunson would be in the second tier.
Which I think is fair if you do it that way.
So why people get so upset? Why is our lines all heated up?
Well, let's find out. Let's say hello to Brian in Manhattan, who's first.
Brian, what'd I say wrong? What'd I do, Brian?
Bart, I don't know what to say. I have a lot of respect for your football knowledge, but I think you're just trying to be contrarian here.
No, man.
And I think it's pretty obvious. No.
I had a scholarship to play basketball, too, why people think I'm just a football player.
Bart, you got to speak a lot of nonsense, so maybe let me talk a little bit.
Wow. I can push the dump button, but I'll let you talk.
Well, look, to say that Jalen Brunson isn't a star is insane. To say that Devin Booker is better than Jalen Brunson is insane. To say that Cade Cunningham, because he's having a good half a season, is better than Jalen is insane. To say that Kevin Durant at 37 years old is better than Brunson is insane. To say that Jalen Brown is better is insane. Like, you're just, for some reason.
How's it insane? I said he's a star. I said Jalen is a star. He's not a superstar yet. And I named you 5 players that were superstars.
I don't disagree.
So what are we arguing about? What are we arguing about?
That you literally pulled players that are not nearly as good as Brunson.
Okay, I'm sorry. Jalen Brown won what? Who's the MVP of the finals?
Jalen Brown wouldn't have won anything without Jason Tatum.
Also, Iguodala was the Finals MVP. That can't be the difference in your
Jalen Brown. Devin Booker. Oh my God, Kevin Durant. He's 37 years old.
We call that a West Coast bias.
Well, Roberto in Brooklyn.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Peyton Manning in Denver was like 35. Like Tom Brady was 40. Was he still not one of the best players in the NFL? What the hell does age have to do with it?
Well, a different sport, though.
It goes to skill set, and it's no world in which Jalen Brunson ever had better skill set than Kevin Durant.
Of course. I mean, Kevin Durant is one of the all-time greats. But if we're talking right now,
and he's still playing that, he still can get a bucket whenever he wants.
I get it. I mean,
he still can carry a team.
Bart, look at his games played the last 5 years. He's had 1 year where he played above 70 games. That was 2 years ago in Phoenix. Last year, only 62 games. The year before that, he played in 51,
and I said Cade Cunningham. I said Cade Cunningham was on his heels, and if I was starting a team right now, I would rather start it. If I was buying on futures and present and futures, I would buy on Cade Cunningham because Cade Cunningham isn't a defensive liability.
Roberto
6'6".
in Brooklyn is next on Bart and Carlin. Jake Asman in for Carlin. Hello, Roberto.
Yo, Jake, not for nothing. Bart, the only part of your list that I disagree with is when you put guys that are not really guards, they're point forwards. You know what I'm saying? If you put JB, Tatum, I agree with you on that. And whoever don't agree with you on that, look at the back of the card, man. Come on. Brunson, I love. I'm a New Yorker. I'm a Knicks lover. You know what I'm saying? I love the Knicks. But Brunson's one liability. He can't play no defense. Did you see Maxey the other day when he ran from the other side of the court after missing a three-pointer and blocked the shot that won the game? You never seen Brunson do that. You know what I'm saying? So let's taper it down, guys.
You would
let's
take
keep
Tyrese Maxey over Jalen Brunson? Come on, man.
Tyrese Maxey is where Brunson was when he was in Dallas. In the next couple of years, he's going to be the star of that team.
He might be, but we're talking right now.
And he is a walking bucket just like Brunson is. What I'm saying, we didn't say Tyrese Maxey, but we're just saying Tyrese Maxey has a higher ceiling than Jalen Brunson. And he has a lower floor. He has a higher floor, too.
Let's go to.
You got to play defense too, brother.
I get it, but some of the guys you named weren't always great defenders on that.
Yeah,
list.
yeah, but Curry became one. He's the greatest shooter we've ever seen. Are we even under the illusion that Jalen Brunson is even in the same floor as Steph Curry right now?
As an
even
all-time
even
player?
right now. No, even right now.
I think you could argue it, Bart.
Man, you crazy. He ain't.
What do you
man,
mean?
Steph Curry top 3.
Steph Curry's a great player, but again, like I think you're minimizing just how good Brunson. He's averaging 30 a game this year. He's leading the Knicks. He's been their best player in the clutch the last couple of years. He's only improved in that area.
I get that, and I get all the clutch plays and the fact that Halliburton was more clutch than anybody last year. And I don't even like Halliburton. And I think Brunson is better than Halliburton, but that can't be your argument. It has to be
it's part of it. It's also the stats, the winning.
But the reason why I pick up, and I didn't say y'all like I'm being disrespectful saying Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard at his heyday 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Yeah, I didn't say Kawhi Leonard, even though when healthy, he's the better player.
In his prime, sure, not right now.
Well, okay, prime, no prime. It's about health. You know
Q in Newark says, Bart, you tripping, man. Hello, Q.
How am I tripping?
Yo, what's going on?
Q, what's wrong with me? I bumped my head, Q.
Bro, you keep moving the goalposts, bro. What superstars really, really lock down defenders, though, bro? Like, you got Luka. I'm talking superstars, bro.
You want okay?
None of the major superstars are playing that kind of defense. How you talking about? Yeah, Brunson gets killed on the defensive end. Ant-Man don't play, bro. Ant-Man and Bart, stop, Bart.
Ant-Man damn near made all defense last year.
But Bart, let's look at it, Bart. You got to understand, Bart. Brunson is doing way more than what Ant-Man is doing for his
Jalen Brown
team,
is
bro.
a lockdown defender, no?
But he ain't no superstar like Jalen Brunson is, though, bro. Come on, Bart.
Hold up, Jalen Brown, $300 million man. Finals MVP.
Forget the cash part, Bart. Let's talk about right now.
Finals MVP. Finals
Bart,
MVP.
Let's talk about how we talking about. We talking about right now, Bart. Right now, till this day, right now, Brunson is better than Jalen Brown right now, bro. We talking about right now.
Okay, he better than Luka.
Luka, of course not, bro. Come on, that's different.
Okay. He better than Giannis.
That's different.
He better than Giannis.
You see again? They saying you naming point forwards. You putting point guards with point forwards, bro.
I'm naming players. I don't care about the position.
It's categorized though, Bart. You got to see how it's categorized. Though, Bart.
No. But when you come to top 10, you can't go by categories. You go top 10.
But that's what you're doing. You saying 1 minute you saying, oh, he offensively better than you. Say, oh, he play more better defense than him. Then it's like you keep moving it as if so when people trying to prove how good Jalen Brunson is, you go, oh, he not tall enough for this. And then it's like you keep moving it. Bart.
I said he's a star, not a superstar. I said the star is only reserved for about 5 players, and those 5 players we know who they are. I mean, and somebody's knocking on the door is Wemby. He's knocking on the door. Because how he can dominate a game defensively and offensively, he's knocking on the door. We all know that Luka's a superstar. We know that Curry's a superstar. We know that Jokic is a superstar. Shea Gilly is a superstar. Jason Tatum is a superstar. No matter how much people don't want to say he is, he's a superstar. And I say that Jalen Brunson is part of that second tier. And there's nothing wrong with that. He's sitting in the same room with Devin Booker. He's sitting in the same room with Donovan Mitchell. He's sitting in the same room as Cade Cunningham.
He's better than these players you're naming, though. That's why Knicks fans are coming after you.
But is he better? Is he better than the people? Does he deserve to leave the room and go up there with Giannis? No, he don't.
I think he's a top 10 player.
Does he deserve to go to the room with Steph? He don't. Do he deserve to go in the room with Shea Gilly? He don't. Does he deserve to go in the room with Luka? He don't. So, yeah, he can be the best person in the second-tier room. Yeah, that would be the person that he's behind.
Hey, if the room is top 10, though, I think he's in that room. And that was the initial premise of the conversation.
Nah, he's not. He's not better than Wemby. Ain't nobody taking him before Wemby right now.
There are several names, though, that we disagree with. So that's where I found a way to get him in the top 10. I would take Brunson over Jalen Brown. You wouldn't. That's a big part of this. I would take him right now over a 37-year-old Kevin Durant. You wouldn't.
I wouldn't. Just like I would take a 37-year-old Tom Brady. Because you want to bring up ageism.
Yeah, look, I'm an ageist, but it depends on the sport. We've seen quarterbacks play into their. Matt Stafford's going to win the MVP at age 37.
I'm sorry. I've seen LeBron James average damn near 30.
He's a unicorn.
You act like, oh, no, he's a unicorn.
He's the only one to do it.
Oh, he's a unicorn. Wasn't Kareem the unicorn? Wasn't Jordan the unicorn? Wasn't Bird the unicorn?
Again,
how many unicorns we got? How many unicorns we got?
Played more than 70 games. He's done it once over the last 5 years. I'm taking Brunson, who plays every night.
So now we're talking about who's better based on who plays the most.
Well, you said earlier, Bart, if you're starting a team, you would take this.
Mikal Bridges is perfect. I'd take 70 games of KD.
That's not – but I don't think he's going to get the 70 games, is my point. He's done that once in 5 years.
Jeez.
I love this.
You guys are so sensitive. Yeah, like I said, Jimmy Buckets, or I said Bam Adebayo. Like, come on, man.
And also,
where am I being disrespectful at?
By not clearly saying Jalen. Say I, Bart Scott, think Jalen Brunson's the top 10 player in the league, and people will lay off you.
I Bart Scott, think that Jalen Brunson is right outside the top 10.
Let's say hi to Mike in Long Beach. He's next on Bart and Carlin. Hello, Mike.
Hey, guys. Bart, I think you're misinterpreting the question. The question is Jalen Brunson top 10 now? And the way I think you need to look at it is, who are the top candidates for MVP this season? And Jalen Brunson is way above most of the guys you're naming.
Jaylen Brown is averaging 29.4. I'm sorry he's not averaging 30. He's averaging 6 rebounds.
For an MVP.
Why would I'm naming you the numbers. I'm naming you the numbers.
But everybody, all the experts saying Jalen Brunson is top 5 for MVP voting.
Because that's a narrative. That's the power of New York. That's a narrative. It doesn't mean that he's playing better than Jaylen Brown.
It's all over the radio. It's all over.
Oh, so it must be true. It must be true.
Well,
I mean, what are you talking about? The Celtics.
Have they ever spoken about 5 or 6 guys that are MVP candidates that weren't in the top 5 or 6 come the end of the season?
I'm sorry.
Mentioned. Neither is Kevin Durant.
But what about
Cade?
Okay, what about Cade Cunningham? Because he's been mentioned.
Here are the odds, Bart. You want him?
I agree with you. I do think Cade Cunningham is right there with Brunson. The only thing that I can tell you is that I don't think that you're putting up guys like Durant or Booker or some of these guys that are great.
I didn't say LeBron. Booker is still in his heyday though, right? Booker is still young.
But is Booker going to be an MVP this season?
No, because he's on a bad team. He's not on the team that he's on a bad team.
Brunson
He just lost Kevin Durant.
MVP.
Who?
Does Brunson have a shot to be MVP, Bart?
Yes, he does, but that doesn't mean that he's a top 5 player.
Okay, so rephrase the question in your own mind and just say who are the top 10 MVP candidates, and then I think you'll get your answer whether Jalen Brunson is the right top 10 player now.
I'll give you the odds.
If that's the case, you're gonna take Giannis out because he's not been healthy. But is Giannis a better player than him? Yes.
So here are the odds for MVP right now. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's the favorite at plus 110. Nikola Jokic is the second favorite, plus 200. Luka, third favorite, plus 300. These are from FanDuel, by the way. Then a major drop-off, so the odds have it as basically a 3-team race at this point. Cade Cunningham, plus 7,500. Tyrese Maxey, plus 15.
Hold up, say that again.
Tyrese Maxey.
Oh, but he can't be as good as Brunson because what? Okay, got you. Maybe we need to add Maxey is better than Jalen Brunson because he plays better defense.
Well, to the caller's point on MVP, I disagree. That can't be the only metric we're using here. But again, Brunson is right after Wembanyama, so he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has the 7th best odds to win the MVP award right now. So it's not crazy to say he's the top 10 player in the league. That's why Knicks fans are coming after you.
But the people that's not on the list is Giannis.
Well, I mean,
and we know Giannis is better than him, right?
Sure.
So that pushes him down to 8, right?
Well, it's not. But again, I'm not using the MVP list as like my answer.
But I get
that caller was, and by his standard, Brunson would be 7. I was looking it up.
Right. So Brunson would be 7, and if we believe that Giannis is better, then that pushes him down. You got, like I said, Bound Carroll. Jeez.
Devin Booker's not better though. I mean, compare the resumes too. By the way.
What do you mean?
4-time All-Star versus a 2-time All-Star. They're both 2-time All-NBA players, and Brunson's been the better player the last couple of years if you look at it. Booker's not having a great year.
He's been on a horrible team.
I get it.
He's been, you know what I'm saying?
But if you're a superstar, you're supposed to make that team better.
Kevin Durant left.
So, I mean, what's the Suns' record right now? Let's see. How bad are we talking here? They're 15-13.
So he took the team they went to the finals like 4 years ago.
But that Suns team, is better than any team Brunson has played on, though.
They're rebuilding.
Yes. I guess kind of rebuilding. I mean, it's tough to rebuild when you have some of the contracts and the lack of picks.
Correct. They trying to wait out Bradley Beal.
But you can't argue Brunson's not better than Booker. That's the problem. That's where you lose me in the audience.
Okay.
Right. Audio files is coming up. We'll revisit this. A lot of people want in on the conversation. The YouTube chat is exploding as well.
I knew it would get spirited, but
I love
listen, he's a star, not a superstar.
How dare you, Bart? Audio
Cat's a
files
star, too.
next. He's Bart Scott. I'm Jake Asman. In for Carlin. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York and the ESPN New York app.
Knicks fans, it's time to hit the court with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. Download the BetMGM app today and add a boost of excitement to every New York game day with same-day parlays, live betting options, player props, boosted odds specials, and the best daily promotions in the business. With the BetMGM app at your fingertips, you can experience the excitement of betting on your favorite players and get in on all the blue and orange action as your New York Knicks drive the lane. Find out why basketball fans love BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem in New York? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Listen up, New York. It's football season, and you should be out there enjoying every play, every tailgate, every moment. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. That's where Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain comes in. He's one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and dedicated to getting you back in the game. Here's the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided procedures that get real results. Dr. Shaw treats everything from neck pain, back pain, migraines, nerve pain, and chronic joint pain. And he builds a custom game plan that's right for you. Same day or next day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. And yes, most major insurances are accepted. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Go to SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
Boxing is back at Madison Square Garden on Saturday, January 31st for the Ring 6. Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. Power meets precision on boxing's biggest stage. This is one fight you won't want to miss. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com and watch every round live exclusively on DAZN.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
There's a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. During the More to Move You event, lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-5 2.5S all-wheel drive for $229 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN S077553, MSRP $30,920. Zero security deposit. Ends 1/2/26.
The holidays are here, and Amazon Pickup is your MVP of package pickup. Need that perfect gift like a brand new jersey for the big game? With Amazon Pickup, you can grab your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule at no extra cost. It's fast, it's easy, and it keeps your holiday surprises tucked safely away. So whether you're running from work or heading to the holiday party, Amazon Pickup makes holiday shopping worry-free. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at Amazon.com/pickupMVP. That's Amazon.com/pickupMVP.
Fellas, it's the season to shine, and not just from the holiday lights. Manscaped is here to keep you looking sharp for every holiday party, family photo, and mistletoe moment. The Lawnmower 5, groin and body trimmer, and the Chairman Plus face shaver deliver precision, comfort, and control worthy of Santa's nice list. I've been good and nice. Whether you're tidying up before a big night out or preparing for New Year's Eve, Manscaped has your back. And your face too, to be exact. So gift yourself with some grooming greatness this season, because looking good is the best gift of all. And now you can find Manscaped products at your local Walmart.
Get into the Hyundai Getaway sales event and get away with a deal so right, it almost feels wrong. Because right now, you can get a great deal on our most popular models, including our adventure-ready SUVs like the Hyundai Santa Fe and Santa Fe Hybrid models. There's also our bold and stylish Elantra, packed with all the latest tech. Or go all-electric with the Ioniq 5 and Ioniq 6. So get down to your local Hyundai dealer and get away with an awesome deal only during the Hyundai Getaway sales event. Visit HyundaiUSA.com for details.
Bart Carlin here on ESPN New York. Happy Christmas Eve. Happy Festivus. We aired out some Jets and Giants grievances earlier in the show. Lots still to do. Bart getting a lot of Knicks fans upset in the YouTube chat on
I'm not
social
trying
media.
to, man. I promise you I'm not trying to.
I see what you're doing. You've been in radio long enough now, Bart. You're playing the game well.
I know. I really believe this, man. Like we were talking about off break, this conversation carried offline.
Yes, it did.
And we were saying that even without Jason Tatum, the Celtics are only 2 games behind the Knicks. And led by who? Oh, okay. I rest my case.
Jalen Brunson for New York City mayor. Enough said. He did get votes, by the way. I don't know. Did you get any mayor votes, Bart?
Jalen Brown for vice president because he's the president of the Players Union, so we know that we can trust him.
Right.
Smart man from Cal. Taking on Nike.
Brilliant man.
He taking on Nike by itself.
Right now, it is time for Audio Files presented by Amazon Pickup.
The Audio File.
Matt Bubaka, let's go, baby.
All right, guys, shifting back to the NFL. DK Metcalf, Steelers wide receiver, suspended for 2 games for his altercation with a fan in Detroit. And it could have some serious contract
implications. Yeah, man.
The reason they gave for the suspension is all cut and dried. Like, even if he was provoked, I don't know why they would reduce it given the reasons they outlined in their announcement. So my guess would have to be that he misses 2 games. And guys, I mean, their language in his contract, most NFL player contracts say, in the event of a suspension like this, the team has the right to void future year guarantees. DK's contract says the guarantees are void. So that's $25 million next year and $20 the year after that is now no longer guaranteed in his contract unless this whole thing gets overturned on appeal, which, again, I think would be very surprising.
Costly mistake going up there messing with them fans in Detroit. And he reportedly had reported this guy a couple of times before when he was a member of the Seattle Seahawks. But, you can never go over there and put your hands on him. That's why you always got to make sure you got one of your friends that go sit in the stands, and if somebody say something, you just point them out. And then let your friend ask them what did the 5 fingers say to the face. And you don't have to do nothing.
I mean, it seems like from different angles of the video, too, like this fan did exactly what he was trying to do. Like he was trying to get under DK's skin. I don't know what he said specifically, but I mean, DK's just got to know better there, man, right? I mean, you can't put your team in this situation where you're potentially missing a game that you might need to win to make the playoffs.
Well, it's 2, and now Cleveland could be a live dog because they can play defense, and now without the deep threat, let's see if Aaron Rodgers can, This is the thing. When Shador's playing, he don't know that he ain't supposed to be playing and winning these games. He playing his heart out because he happy to be playing. So you're gonna get a team that's desperate. You got Myles Garrett trying to get the sack record. He's trying to eat. He's trying to get as many sacks he can get. That's a bad recipe, man. Who knows what the weather's going to be out there, and who knows if they can run the ball effectively against the Cleveland Browns like they did last week against the Detroit Lions.
The biggest thing for the Steelers is what we referenced earlier: the Ravens, who are 7-8, playing for their playoff lives against the Packers. That's a Saturday night game on Peacock. And the Steelers-Browns game is the next day, Sunday at 1 o'clock. So if the Ravens lose, that game means nothing for Pittsburgh. which would be great, by the way, for the Jets. So if the Browns could get that fourth win, that'd be huge, assuming the Jets lose their last two. But that game might mean nothing for Pittsburgh, or it might mean everything for Pittsburgh. We're going to know going into it based on what happens in that Ravens-Packers game, Bart.
Yeah, man. Maybe the Jets can win something. Like the Colts lose the rest of two of their games. Cleveland win. Mess around, let the Raiders win. Then let the Giants win their last game, and then we can be number one.
That's
right. Ain't that the path for us to be number one?
Oh, that is the path. You need a win by the Browns. You need a Raiders and a Giants win. It doesn't matter the order necessarily. You need one of those teams to win. I think the path might be better for the Giants to actually, if you want the number one pick, Bart, Giants to beat the Raiders, and then for the Raiders to beat the Kansas City Chiefs on their third-string quarterback. Then all of a sudden, if the Browns win a game, the Jets, if they lose out, would have the number one pick.
See? Could be happy.
It could happen. It'd be nice. If God doesn't hate us anymore, it'd be wonderful to get some luck from the football gods. Right, Matt Blumenbach?
God was one of us.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
a kid like one of us.
Jet fans need the Colts to continue losing as they did last night on Monday Night Football. Brock Purdy and the 49ers. Brock Purdy threw 5 touchdowns and a pick 6 by the 49ers to seal it against Phillip Rivers. Here he is on the loss.
Obviously disappointed again. We didn't get it done collectively as a team on either side of the ball. But it felt good out there. I mean, I felt early we were seeing it good. We were going. I felt like we could have a good night offensively. In a lot of ways we did, but certainly left some things out there. And then obviously to end like we did with the pick 6 with still a chance to get it to one score with around 4 minutes left. 53 made a good play. Like I said, there's no consolation, right? There's no prize for losing. But again, it was better this week, from a standpoint of offensively and putting points on the board. But you got to win with it, like we said. And right now, we're not getting that done. And I know this locker room's hurting. Again, I've been a part of it for a short time for 2 losses, and I know that it's been a long slide now for over a month, and I know that's tough. I've been a part of those slides, and now I'm obviously a part of this right now. And we just got to find a way to dig deep and find a way to win a football game. And we can't worry about all the scenarios and all the things out there. I know they're all out there. I know what they are. But we got to find a way to win a football game, or none of the scenarios come into play.
Bart, do you think Phillip Rivers even knows all his teammates' names at this point? Like, it's so crazy to me that he's playing, man. It really is.
Nah, I think he's learning them. But I tell you what, he know that offense because he was executing. He was slicing and dicing. Them young guys didn't know what the hell to do. He was throwing in windows, and people were like, he's gonna be checked down, tried. Now he's pushing the ball down the field to Pierce, who all he does is go vertical. He was hitting guys on the punt. Now listen, it was wounded ducks, and they were getting there weird, but they was getting there.
Hey, he put up a better stat line than most of the Jet quarterback stat lines this year. That's all I know.
Yeah, who you telling?
All right, well,
Knicks?
the Jets dying for a new quarterback, whether it be Fernando Mendoza or Dante Moore. Matt Miller on the morning show was talking about the possibility of the Jets' new quarterback.
I think Dante Moore from Oregon could be the number 1 pick. He could be the first quarterback drafted. That's not a stretch at all, just because of how well he plays. Here's where it gets interesting, though. There's this number, when you talk to NFL scouts, they want a quarterback who's had 25 starts. And you guys are in New York, so Bill Parcells is who started this. The number used to be higher. It's kind of been adapted with how the game has changed. But you want a quarterback who has 25 starts in college. Dante Moore, if Oregon wins the national championship, will have about 18, 19 starts, depending on the run that they make. Ty Simpson at Alabama had never started a game before this year. So he's at 13 right now. That is an issue for both of those players. And you can go back and look. There are not exceptions to this rule. Guys who did not start 25 games in college. I mean, we're talking Mitch Trubisky, Trey Lance, Anthony Richardson, players that were drafted highly and did not work out. So I think the experience factor helps Mendoza. Dante Moore is such an exciting player, and he's carried that Oregon team that's had a lot of injuries at wide receiver. He's played in some terrible weather this year at times, like the Iowa game where, it's raining and the wind's blowing like 40 miles an hour, and he's still making plays. I think Dante Moore is the one that could leapfrog Mendoza just based on upside and then based on what he brings to the table from, a potential standpoint, but then also the way that he produced this year. I think it does give you a little bit more of that excitement factor of, okay, this is a playmaker. This is a quarterback that can go out and change our offense. Mendoza's like a great point guard. He's going to go out, he's going to execute, things are going to be clean, he's going to distribute. Moore is a little bit more of a playmaker.
I mean, look, the starting experience, I get it. It matters. The one outlier that I could think of, though, Bart, Cam Newton only started that 1 year at Auburn. That was an incredible year, and he was the first pick in the draft off of that, but he only was a true 1 year starter, and it obviously worked out for him in the NFL.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, but so he's the unicorn. So you want to go with the unicorn, or you want to go with what you've seen more often?
No, you got to look. If the Jets took Dante Moore, I like the player a lot, but you got to have a legitimate veteran QB that's there with the intention of letting Moore hopefully sit for most of the year.
Yeah, that's why I like the whole. I will go with the old Mariota, Dante Moore type of thing. Even though Dante Moore isn't an athletic guy, so your system has to be, a lot different.
The all Oregon Duck QB room.
Yeah, the quack quack.
Quack quack. What else you got, man?
In the MLB free agency that has given us practically nothing, the Mets traded Brandon Nimmo. They also recently traded Jeff McNeil to the A's for a minor league pitcher. And Pete Alonso signed with the Baltimore Orioles. This was Pete being asked when he knew his time was done with the Mets.
It's kind of like a philosophical thing where it's like, hey, that's just what they wanted to do. But if you think on it like 2025, it just came down to one game. It came down to one game, and there was a ton of guys hurt. Where I feel like if they weren't, that would have put us in a better situation, and you can't control injuries. Like, we had a ton of arms that weren't necessarily healthy, and that plagued us, and it was a one game, not in the playoff situation where I feel like maybe if it was like, I don't know. But again, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole because it's not my choice, not my decision.
A lot of Met fans heard that, and they didn't like that answer from Alonso, Bart. I mean, I kind of get why. I mean, let's not act like it truly came down to one game. This was a major collapse, and at no point down the stretch could the Mets get that big hit. Pete included in that. And obviously the pitching was horrendous from really mid-June on. Every Met fan knows that, but it's not like they won a bunch of games and they just missed the playoffs. They only won 83 games and lost out on a playoff spot to the Cincinnati Reds, who aren't any good.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Listen, for me, I can't even look back. What's done is done. But I'm looking at, like, what is Stearns doing, right? He's got rid of the core. I'm wondering if the Pac-Man going to get that ghost pitch ate up out of there. Is he next? Is he the next guy that kind of gets dealt, in this whole Mets scenario? Because I'm looking at, who's going to be this team. I understand that they got Polanco that's going to probably play first base. He played a little bit last year. But I'm curious to what the Mets next year is going to be, and how are they consulting Soto? Because this is about building around Soto. And, they said, Soto said he liked the plan. It's kind of like weird. Like when I'm wondering, like, what was the plan that Dayball told Mara last year? I'm trying to see what the hell is the plan that, Stearns told Cohen and / coach Juan Soto to get him to sign. And it's Soto signing off on all these moves.
It's funny. We talked at the beginning of the show about Aaron Glenn saying yesterday that Jet fans be patient. We got a plan. In New York sports, there's not a whole lot of winning besides really maybe the Knicks right now. A little bit with the hockey. The Islanders are off to a good start, but it's a lot of plan talk for New York sports. Not a whole lot of winning. It's, hey, don't let go of the rope.
Just don't let go of the rope.
It's, big ships turn slow.
Big ships turn slow.
Joe Shane understands all questions.
Yeah, I understand the question there.
There's a whole lot of, plans and not a whole lot of winning right now.
Yeah, man. It's tough in these streets right now, man. It's real in these streets right here, man. You know what I'm saying? Asman.
That's right.
I can't believe this is only our first time working together.
That's right. I mean, it feels like I've known you my whole life. I mean, you gave me, honestly, January 16th, 2011 is one of the greatest days of my life. So I will forever be indebted to you for that. You know exactly what happened on that day, too, I'd imagine.
What day?
January 16th, 2011. You were in the New England area that day.
Oh, I wonder why people don't appreciate, like, going to San Diego or sending Peyton and Manning ass home. You know what I mean? Why nobody appreciate that? We sent Peyton Manning to Denver.
Oh, I loved it. I mean, believe me, I loved all of it. I am desperate to get back to those times. That was Audio Files presented by Amazon Pickup. Amazon Pickup is a convenient and secure way to collect your Amazon packages from locations near you. We'll come back, wrap up the show, squeeze in a couple more calls. He's Bart Scott. I'm Jake Asman, in for Chris Carlin. It's Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and the ESPN New York app.
Listen up, football
Why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
John Ryan.
Yeah, Dad.
I think I came up with a killer slogan for our law firm. D'Agostino and Associates, bite back.
Bite back?
Yeah. When someone hurts you, you bite back. We'll be the law firm that bites back.
Dad, that's brilliant. Accident victims, call D'Agostino and Associates and bite back. Hey, we could even put a big vicious dog on billboards everywhere.
Yeah, and Rottweilers on buses.
Hey, how about a toll-free number?
What are you thinking?
You know, like 1-800-BITE-BACK.
1-800-BITE-BACK. That's brilliant.
But what if people hear fight back?
Easy. I'll spell it out for them, like 1-800-BITE, back. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
Love it. Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
All this talk about biting back got me hungry.
Me too. Want to grab lunch?
Sure. Hey, how about a jingle?
You mean like D'Agostino, law, bite back?
Discover a driving experience crafted to inspire. At Garden City Mazda, exceptional design and sophisticated performance come together. During the Mazda More to Move You sales event, lease the 2025 Mazda CX-5 for $229 a month for 33 months. Or the 2025 Mazda CX-50 for $239 a month for 33 months. Both with $49.95 due at signing. It's the Mazda More to Move You sales event at Garden City Mazda. At Garden City Mazda, expect the exceptional.
Too much on your list this season? Get 50% off your first 6 months of payroll at gusto.com/radio. Gusto saves you 2 days every month on payroll, taxes, and compliance. So you can go from making payroll to making gingerbread houses, checking your books to decking the halls, spreadsheets to snow angels. Switch before the end of the year and there's no need to transfer payroll history. Now that's a reason to be merry. Choose a future with Gusto and get more time for what matters. For a limited time, get 50% off your first 6 months at gusto.com/radio.
Harry Douglas here, and the holidays are rolling in, and if men in your life are struggling with their holiday wish list, tell them to add Manscaped to make gift giving easy and completely stress-free this year. From the beard hedger to the lawnmower trimmer, Manscaped's precision tools keep you looking sharp, feeling confident, and ready for every event and celebration. Right now at Target, get 20% off on the Handyman Shaver, Beard Hedger, and the Chairman Plus Essentials Kit, a must-have for a smooth face shave. Hurry up though, offer ends December 27th.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope, it's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Bart Carlin right here on ESPN New York, the ESPN New York app, the ESPN New York YouTube channel. Jake Asman in for Carlin. We're taking you till 2. Bart is done after this segment. He's leaving me hanging. I got to do the next hour all by myself.
I'm letting you go solo, baby. Listen, this is your time to shine. You know what I'm saying? There's people get to hear your voice.
I think you're just sick of me, Bart. I think you've had enough. You're like, I can't listen to this guy complain.
We ain't doing this tomorrow? We doing this tomorrow? Am I working tomorrow?
No, I don't know if you're working. I'm working with Jordan Renan during the morning show.
Oh, man.
So I don't know. I think Ray's checking the schedule right now. Ray, is Bart working?
Yeah, Bart, you're on with Ty tomorrow.
Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? My little brother, give him a atomic wedgie.
Bart, do you ever check your email with anything regarding news about this station? You know,
No, I just know I'm working.
You just know when to show up, basically.
Like, who I'm working with, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a party. I believe in everybody in this organization.
Well, if you want a party, I mean, I got just the guy. Richard in Manhattan is next. Hello, Richard.
Hi, Jake. Hi, Bart. Bart, you are the second. Bart, you are the second greatest player to ever play in the NFL with the name Bart.
Oh, thank you. Bartkowski or Bart Oates? Which one?
No, what Bart Starr. Bart Starr,
Okay.
and then Bart Scott. There we go.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, sure. Jalen Brunson, he's not there yet, but he's a niche type of player. He's like Earl Monroe and Allen Iverson. Those guys were great, couldn't lead you to a championship by themselves. Not great all-around players, but what they did and what they do, or in Brunson's case, nobody does better as far as I'm concerned.
He's a specialist. He's a good
on his
closer.
way to be. In this day and age, Bart, that's all you have to do is score. That's what the NBA is. He doesn't do any. He's not like Jason Kidd. He's not like Isaiah Thomas. But what he does great. He's the Carmelo Anthony of the guards now, 20 years later. That's what he is.
I just wish he would get a couple more assists. Because I feel like he's too much of a scoring point guard. I think sometimes you got to get your other players involved and get them confident before you hog the ball.
But you're looking at all-around guards.
Assists, though. Nothing.
It's not like that anymore. Okay, fellas, NFL. Out of the 14 teams in the tournament, New England, Jacksonville, Houston, Pittsburgh, Denver, Chargers, the Bears, Seattle, and San Francisco. That's 9 teams. 9 out of the 14 I just mentioned. If any one of those 9 teams wins the Super Bowl, before the season you would have said, no way. No freaking way one of those 9 teams can win. I think that's a great, great thing for the NFL. I am looking forward to the playoffs like nothing else. Cold weather and all of this. I love it. I mean, you guys mentioned, and you're right, about Baltimore not being in it and Kansas City not being in it, Detroit not being in it. But I think these 9 teams being in it, it's going to be so great. But let me ask you this. You're a Bible reader. You believe in the Old Testament. There's something in the Old Testament that says an eye for an eye.
Yep.
When that guy on the Bears nailed Jordan Love with his helmet into Jordan Love's helmet, concussion. This is what I think this should go for all 4 sports, some modification. That guy shouldn't have been thrown out of the game, the guy that hit Jordan Love. But the quarterback, Caleb Williams, should have been out of the game. I know it was an accident. But the result is the result. Because what you did was knock the quarterback out of the game on an illegal hit.
But you can't legislate intent. Like, what responsibility does the quarterback have for not to be falling? It's like when the receiver's coming and he's in the air and he's coming down. Eventually, he has to come to you. So what do? I have to hit. When I hit, I have to see what I hit. That means I got to rise up as something's coming down outside of just taking the legs out. We can't hit the legs. So, like, you have no target. You know, you can't hit from below the knees, you can't hit, and above the shoulders, you can't hit. You got a small target, and if that target is falling and moving, then you asking me to run full speed and hit a moving target and still protect myself. Because if I spear him and break my neck, then what?
It's never been harder to play defense in the NFL.
Yeah,
I mean, all the
especially
rules
on the quarterback.
Of course, I agree. You can't throw out the player for that hit. Come on, I'm with you, Bart. I know you got to run, Bart. I got another hour. This was a lot of fun, though, man. I'm glad we got a chance to finally work together.
I appreciate it, man. I'm glad we scratched that itch, and now when I say, hey, remember we worked together. Now it's official. You know what I'm saying? I've worked with everybody.
Happy holidays, Bart. You're the man. I'll talk to you soon.
Same to you.
All right, we got another hour to go. Jake Asman in for Chris Carlin, taking you till 2 right here. It's ESPN New York at the ESPN New York app.
Knicks fans, it's time to hit the court with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. Download the BetMGM app today and add a boost of excitement to every New York game day with same-day parlay.